As I begin recording, who can tell me what happened last time?
We sat in. Let's see. We sat inside a small, dank little warehouse, played cards, entered one of the children up, and then Lord Thorn. Hold on. Actually, I should probably bring up my notes. Come on. Here we go. And then the mayor of the town himself decided to come up and meet with us. We were like, hey, here's
Saris Talonwood.
Yeah, like, hey, here's all this evidence that your friend's a douchebag and been doing this stuff. He's just like, no! And so...
No, it cannot be!
Yeah, and so yeah, we basically were like, okay, cool. Well, we're gonna return the kids. You can say that it was... let's see, what was it? Like, he was gonna step down, but we were just like, no, man. Like, we can do this. Say it was, like, all in your name and all this stuff, so you can be a hero, and we'll cure your son. That was basically about it. Most of it was taken up by the cards. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he said wanted you to find out who this index keeper was, and wanted you to find this azure powder.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Continue.
Okay. So, bringing us back in. Where is it? Here it is.
Sweet.
So, as the storm continues this night, the intensity in the salty sea air, it can't be ignored. There's kind of a crack of thunder as Saris pulls up his hood, kind of steps out into the rain with his entourage. He looks over his shoulder towards the rest of you inside. Then he looks over to the foreman and Joel. And he kind of nods to his two guards.
Arrest both of them. You'll need them for further questioning. I will need to hear what they know about Loreno.
Wait, what?
Seems he's just asked the two guards that escorted Saris down here to have your meeting. He is after you have all finished your meeting, he's just nodded to his two guards and asked them to arrest the foreman and Joel for further questioning.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Incompetence.
See the two guards kind of go over to the foreman, and Joel kind of hefts up the foreman, and is kind of he's now burned and kind of cauterized leg, who's been somewhat bandaged by Grunker.
And so he's arresting the two?
Apparently for further questioning.
Earring message.
Do we have a problem with these?
No, no problem. Okay.
Not that I can think of.
Oh, were you talking to us or the guards?
You. Earring message.
Everyone's
Oh,
very
okay.
quiet. It's unnerving.
No, I thought that we were going to be using the young boy for our own purposes, but if I have no necessary attachment to him, he made his choices.
Just chin scratches.
Lord Tallinwood, when you are done with the younger boy, we would like the potential for him to work off his grievances to you and society.
That remains to be seen what the extent of his crimes are, but
Very well.
if he is innocent, or his crimes are less severe than what one might imagine, what do you have in mind for him?
From my understanding, it was a forced, almost blackmail relationship to make him do these crimes. But crimes they are still. I'm not getting in the way of your legal systems. I had simply thought that a dangerous life as a mercenary supporting my blacksmith could do something for him to pay some repentance. Dangerous job that may not survive, and he would be forced to leave everything he has done here and travel the rest of the world. It's effectively exile.
I'll say
Someone's
make.
going to be giving him a eyebrow.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Meeny, oh.
Meaning, mining perception.
16.
Watch Saris, he kind of scratches his beard in a thoughtful contemplation for the moment.
Well, first we shall see what the extent of those crimes, what the extent of the crimes are. They are not as severe. Then, if he so chooses, we shall hand him over to you.
Of course, of course. It was merely a suggestion.
Very well. It is mostly to sate my own curiosity than anything, I will admit. For now, we must leave. See that court proceedings are set as quickly as possible. As I said, there are eyes everywhere.
Of course. Remain out of their sight till tomorrow.
He gives you a nod. And the guards both
Also-
escort. Oh, go ahead.
Speaking of eyes everywhere, how exactly will we be returning these children to their homes? Unmolested, I should say.
There's a look of genuine kind of worry and concern in his face. He looks over to the rest of the to the rest of the kind of crowded children that's kind of huddled up amidst all of these kind of blankets that Glim's been bringing them. He says,
I do not know. To have managed to get them out of mines is a wonder in and of itself. Perhaps you might be able to use that to your advantage in escorting them to their respective homes.
Hold As for where we will be meeting up again for curing your son, have we decided whether, like, the Lofty Lapine, maybe? I really wish not to spend any more time here than I have to.
That place is rather comfy.
And it might be better suited than meeting in the same place twice.
Perhaps. Very well. Where else do you plan on meeting, besides the Lofty Lupine, in case that place is compromised?
The wonky weasel.
Sao
Rolling
lets out
Ranch.
a small smile.
Very interesting choice.
I mean, if you're anything like my two siblings, you would absolutely hate it, so therefore why would you ever go there? It's the perfect place to meet.
What do the rest of you have to say?
God damn it, you're not wrong.
Well, Niraldus is right. Why would a rich, noble person ever go to a, I don't want to call it rundown tavern, but a
Ever so
less,
slanted.
yes, a not quite established place. Of course, you'd have to wear a small disguise in a way so you would not get recognized, but it's doable.
So if you're not with the Lofty Lupine, then I shall meet you at the Wonky Weasel.
Well, our room at the Lofty Lapine is, let's give our room number. It's the suite, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was in the suite.
Who's the highest suite?
hmm So feel free to reach us there.
Very well.
Watch the guards that's holding the foreman has to kind of help him along further, and he's kind of hopping on one leg essentially. You watch the entourage disappear off into the rain, kind of, and Cyrus looks back with a nod.
Tonight, at the Lofty Lupine.
Remember to get that skull of curse removal.
I will see it done.
He nods,
Alright.
kind of disappears off into the rain.
I think that went well.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I was not much for letting him just arrest the two of them. Chances are that something will either go wrong or we might end up in a situation where they mysteriously vanish.
I mean, it's possible, but then again, the information that they've said has been put out there. We have multiple witnesses to recount it. Lord Talonwood himself being one.
And you think that meeting in this place out of the entire city would lend credibility to us meeting?
No, I think this, and then Siren pulls out the Port Morkney, like, seal. It's like, this would lend credibility to it. Also, we'll be having a meeting again in the Lofty Lapine. And I
Oh,
think
the Lofty
curing his
Weasel.
son of his illness would most likely give us even more credibility.
That is true.
Regardless, we need to... He seems rather resistant to the idea of his friend's betrayal. So we might have to further. We might have to investigate further, or perhaps help some evidence into being. I don't know. We'll see. So did we divide up where or who and where the kids are going with?
Yep.
Okay, so who's going where? And who's taking which amount of
If I
children
remember,
with
it
them?
wasn't Neil taking half the kids to the midsection of the city?
Yeah, we had a whole plan of splitting everyone up into twos and with a bunch of kids for each section.
Did my
Is that still in
notes
play,
not
or-
save? Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, if we have that. For some reason, I don't think my notes saved. That's annoying. It was like 4 kids for the Spire.
Yep.
I think 3 for the mid or something. It was like, wait, no, because you changed it around. Like 4 for the Spire. Like, I think it was like 6 or like 5 for the mid and 7 for the lowest or something. I don't know. Quick, Janner, what was it?
I'm trying to recall myself.
What's the location of the children?
Right.
I do know that we were talking about having Glim.
Okay, right. So
Take
that
the
was
kids to the lower
three
reaches.
for the spired clefts, 5 for the upper town, and then 6 for the foot drifts.
Alright.
So it was the 2 that were also homeless. There was Torrend and Kane. Speaking of which, who's taking Kane with them, and who's taking Tamia?
Well, Tamia was in the upper, or was in the Spired Clefts, if I remember correctly. She
It's
had
in
some
the upper
chips.
town.
Was she in the upper? I thought she was in the Spired. Okay. What was it? I think we were going to, because her parents were quite religious, if I remember correctly, so we didn't want to have demons be the ones that introduced, like, her. So for do we
one
want?
Second.
Okay,
There we
yeah,
go.
let's-
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so just go ahead and set up your groups, and I will divvy out the kids accordingly. Oh, that sounds so wrong.
I think it was down to Balthazar who was in one group. I think. I don't know. He's
Well, and Atlas has been muted for a while.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I was letting people talk.
Talking to me.
Oh, I didn't realize you were talking to me. I'm fucking stupid. As far as who's in what group,
And then we
Well,
wanted to split up the prestidigitators so the kids
Yeah.
would be like wet. So
Yeah,
I think
magic
there's
user in
Balthazar
each
Siren. Yeah, it's Balthazar Siren. I think we're going to the upper Neural Sow. Balthazar Siren to the Spired. I think it was Neural Sow to the upper, and then it was Glim and maybe Grunk and Vellum to the Foot Drifts, because Glim can prestidigitate.
if you're going to the foot drifts, it's a good idea to have a little more muscle, I think. Not as nice part of society.
Agreed.
That sounds about what, from what I
We've got 2
remember.
grunkers there.
Where's the other one?
I don't mind. Sorry, I just deleted it.
Oh, I couldn't see it, so I made a new one. Hey, there's one up there.
Wait, what?
kid up there.
God damn it.
I'll see you sit up there.
Yeah, I can't
Do
reach
that-
it.
You have to do that weird zoom in to zoom out. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Nope, gone forever.
We lost one of the children.
How? The glue eater ate him.
Oh, it was the glue eater that we lost.
It's beyond that wall, I can't reach them. But they're right there. Eh.
There you go.
Uh, it's alright, okay, let's do that for now. Okay, so, what's the plan? What are you doing?
Just to refresh everybody, because apparently we got a bit distracted here. Who's going with who? Because we have a limited amount of people who can do the prestidigitate.
Well, that's what I was saying. Balthazar, Siren,
Style.
and then Nero and Sao, and then Grunka, Vellum, and Glim.
Okay, so yeah, so just split yourselves off into groups there. That's why I put your tokens there in the first place.
Right, so
Good.
And ta-da!
I mean, I know that the Balthazar wants to walk behind Siren to get a good look, but still, it would be easier if he went to the side of her.
Well, I was stacking shit up vertically because otherwise you end up like this with one super group, but I suppose we can do that.
Crovin sort of pipes up and
Glim
says,
doesn't count.
where exactly am I going?
You can come with us.
It seems like something you do very sneakily. I may be of a criminal background, but I am not light-footed.
That's
Oh, no. I'm not sneaking. There are some places you walk because you simply belong.
With the mass of children.
Yes, with the children.
Okay, so who's going to the foot drifts
gonna be the trio.
trio? All right. So we do. Then who's going to the upper town?
That would be
sound
the
good.
demons, I'm guessing.
Nope, we're going to the Spired. So y'all are going to the... It's Sao and Nero that are going to the upper.
Alright. I keep mixing up where each of these places are because of the naming.
Yeah.
The foot drifts are that would be the okay.
Foot drifts are the lower reaches, right?
The foot drifts. The foot drifts are that's where the boatyards are, where the harbour is, where most of the industry is. That would be where most of the Dwarven factories are. That's where you currently are. Who's taking Tamia?
Well, she's the upper, right? So she's going with Sao and Nero.
Sadly.
So and Nero.
I had the thought of, well, why don't we take Tommy? But then I was like, no, it's the wrong place. Unless we take her with us and deliberately have to do a loop back. Just to spend more time with her. For friendship purposes.
Okay. So, the children will kind of take a moment to say their various farewells to each other after having been the only family they've known for the last few months. There's a few promises. I'll come round your house to play someday, okay? and other such things as hugs between some of the older kids and the younger ones. Friendships have long been forged, and evidently some forms of older and younger sibling-like bonds which have grown in times of hardship.
Seems familiar.
There's a few final goodbyes, and you all kind of in splitting off into your separate groups. You set off into the night, using the cover of the rain and noise of the thunder to mask your presence. Unless, as Balthazar said, you don't want to do it stealthily.
Well, we can get up here stealthily. It's just when we get to the spire. That's
Okay.
when we start. Totally going.
Alright then. I will say, make a... I'd like everyone to make a stealth check with advantage. Because you're using
With advantage.
Yeah, because you're using the cover of the rain, the noise of the thunder, and the darkness.
Oh,
I was gonna say, does that give Grunk a super advantage? Oh,
No.
Advantage is just, a one-off thing.
I don't like having to hide.
So
It
I'm guessing
conflicts with
I
my
also.
morality.
So is it for each character or just each in the group?
it's character based.
All right.
There'll be everyone.
Sal also.
You
I hate
try and
stealthing.
be an orc in a dwarven city. I fucking dare you.
I mean, this is a human thing.
Ugh. Human
It's a
dwarves.
dwarven and
Light
human
skins.
city.
Siren's gonna see like the look that Balthazar's kind of like the slight loathing that he's doing.
Good
She's just be
grimace.
like, Balthazar,
I rolled for Glim as well.
it'll be in rain.
I already did.
Like,
Okay.
no one will really be able to see you that much anyway.
Yes, but it's the principle.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Crow.
Somewhere.
I'll do a roll for him as well.
I got a nat 20. Like, I really don't want to do it, but if I have to, I'm gonna do it really well.
Where is Crowin? Where is Crowin? Where is he? There he is.
Did what?
Dex.
I think it's 21.
So
What
Crowin
was the
think-
21 stealth?
Oh, 21. That was for Glim.
Oh.
He has
That
a
makes much
fucking
more
+9, so it doesn't matter.
no, it does not.
So Crowin thinks he's being stealthy. Okay. So, in splitting off into your various groups, first starting off with the foot drifts. Sorry, which one was that? That was the trio, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. The streets are pretty much empty. The nighttime darkness and the kind of pouring of rain seems to have dissuaded most people from coming out in the night. And also most people seem to be asleep by now. You can see the occasional glimmer of orange light from the windows, denoting someone's probably awake up and about, but that's about it for civilian activity. You can also see a few pairs of guards out and about during the night as well. Higher frequency than what you're normally used to seeing during your few days stay in the town here. Evidently, what Glim said was right. They've been pairing off guards, kind of doing a search around the city. So, Brunker, Glim, and Velen. 60, 21. Okay. So moderately successful stealth. You begin to sort of take your group of children along with Fanny here, and to kind of hurry through some of the back alleys. Some of the guards as they pass by one of these alleys, they're kind of talking to each other. You pause for a moment, kind of dart behind another alley, taking the 6 children with you. Then you dart behind another alley. You continue your way, stalking through the foot drifts here. And you've now managed to gather this sort of you've solidified a comfortable strategy of avoiding any wandering eyes of the guards and anyone else that might be out at night. And one by one, kind of each child seems to recognize some of the locations you find yourselves in. You each begin to deliver them quietly to their homes. Kind of brief knocks at the doors, and they open, and there are exclamations and tears of joy, tears of laughter, and long embraces, as some of these children are reunited with their families. Though you know you can't stay too long because of their heavy guard presence.
I'm also gonna say before, after we leave, but before we get too far apart, Siren's gonna remind people, remember to say the Black Hand whenever you return these children. We want to spread our name.
Fucking chill as fuck.
That's it.
Okay. Grunker and Vellum, you're very, very quiet.
Yeah, just haven't really
Sorry.
say so far.
I posted my reasons. I'm trying to get more into energy. More energy. Go.
Alright.
Good. Do throat with yes.
Oh,
Words.
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay, so with that out of the way, we'll go to you go to the upper town. Fun. It's Nero. Well, it's a 19. So roll the 5.
Surprisingly enough, so...
Okay. So you kind of turn the corner on your way to go to the upper town, down towards the to the main road which leads to the elevator upwards to the upper town. You can see there are 2 guards kind of standing by, just keeping guard, just watching, just guarding the entrance to the elevator as it kind of slowly makes its way upwards. So what's your plan? What's your plan to getting to the upper town?
If I remember correctly, and I might not even be correct on this, there was something about an elevator thing?
Yes, there is an elevator from the upper town which leads down to the foot drifts where you currently are, and then kind of some ways above the upper town, kind of sloped upwards, there is the Spide Clefts. So the Spide Clefts and the upper town, pretty much on the same level. Just the entire city is built in an upward slope, and the foot drifts are at the bottom of the elevator here.
And guarded.
It appears to be guarded by 2 of them, by 2 guards, who are keeping a lookout. Speaking of which, they will roll perception.
Oh no.
Or just a passive.
Well, they are actively looking out for any threats right now because the guard presence has been ramped up recently.
I'm gonna use.
Wow. Jesus Christ. They rolled shit.
Yeah, but just to be safe, because seeing a orc run around at night with a bunch of children is practically something that would get you arrested. I'm gonna use alter self and make myself look human.
Okay. So you are a human escorting a bunch of children now.
Yes.
I have a question. Shouldn't also Balthazar and Siren be with this? Like, because we're gonna have to go the same way. Like,
That's true. What's yours? I mean, Balthazar with his with his bloody nat 20. 17 and nat 20, yeah. Neril and Saoyun, you kind of look across the other side of the street and you can see Balthazar and Siren kind of snuck in between a couple of buildings in this alleyway.
Hmm.
And they both seem to be at the same conundrum as you are.
So how do we want to do this?
How many guards are there?
There are 2 guards based on either side of the entry tunnel to the elevator.
Do we persuade our way through, or do we try and knock them out? Killing is not an option here.
It's not. He could
Says
try.
who?
Says us. We could try persuading our way through.
well, I guess it really kind of depends on whether or not they are or were under the employ of
You see
a
a
handyman, or if they were just normal guards.
late night dwarven dock worker kind of driving a large caravan filled with crates and barrels, kind of draped over with a leather tarp to keep the rain off. You can see the caravan is pulled by a pair of large horse-sized rams, and they're about to kind of turn the corner down towards the main road towards the elevator. Looks like they've come from the harbour.
We could hide in that.
True. But how would we?
With a sort of sly look to Balthazar. Wasn't there something about money being the easiest way to persuade people?
Yes, but I'd rather not have to spend it right now. I'm still waiting on my paydays. There's an even easier way to persuade it.
It's called budgeting, dear Balthazar. Perhaps you should try it. That was just
Should
a
I
slight
budget your
burn.
living? Should I budget your living expenses out of my pocket then?
No. I am quite able to handle
I would
my
suggest,
own. Thank you.
until you pay for your own, be quiet.
No, no.
There is
no
there
for
is
you to
also,
fight amongst the in-laws.
I don't
now.
mean to pry, but there is also the matter of my payment. If you plan to hire me.
Yes.
Do you really wish to discuss this right now, Krogan?
I know, but I won't say anything else. I suppose just keep that in mind. And he kind of shrinks back down, and he kind of shrinks back into himself.
Oh, Krogan.
Just sneak onto the car and we could use my illusion to. I may not actually work.
All of us on that cart? No.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of killing. But the cart coming up and distracting, or might provide enough distraction for the guards.
For us to slip on.
Oh no, just to slip by.
How are we gonna... yeah, we can slip by, not slip on.
I meant to say bye. I'm tired of the hush.
Alright then. I have... oh man. I have a bad idea. I sent you a question, Haven.
Oh shit.
I'm at an impasse here because, for one, we could try and persuade our way through the guards, which would be the... I don't want to say the correct way to do it.
To slip on to the elevator, and if that doesn't work, then we'll persuade our way through. Is the only idea I'm coming to.
Here's the thing. We can either persuade first and just, gain access and entry, or we can try and hide in the caravan if we can persuade access to that as well. And even then there's a chance that it might fuck up and we have to then explain why we hid.
Or we could just knock them out and walk past.
With the cart here now, I don't think we can.
I'd rather not fight the guards.
Also, quick question. At what point of the stop is the elevator? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it down right now?
As you've been discussing this, it's just stopped at the very top.
Okay, so we have quite some time to discuss this. Because it's going to be like a 10 to 15 minute wait. So I have a spell, hold a person, if necessary, that we can just freeze the guards, sneak behind them in their field of vision, and then release it, and they have no idea who did it, or even what happened. I mean, it really depends, but we also have to think about the fact that the more witnesses we have, the less obvious we can be. Sorry, the less heavy-handed.
I still say we try and persuade our way through.
We can. I definitely think that would be a good first option.
Well, all of us are pretty charismatic, so that could work.
Which is
okay.
Didn't you say you had a really bad idea?
Yes. But apparently we can't knock them out or kill them or...
You're the one who wants to build standing with the sea. It's kind of hard to do that when you start locking off the guards.
This is different. Very different. You wouldn't kill them first. But if we're insistent on talking about it...
Gonna look to Siren.
Should we?
Yes. I feel like we can. We have enough standing, even just with the names we know.
Well, let's get to it then.
Okay.
Get to what?
So
Persuading.
what's okay?
Oh,
You're just gonna go up and talk to them.
It's like, Nero, we don't just kill as default. Come now.
Those are backup plans for when they inevitably are part of the handyman service.
And then it's just a little bit collateral damage.
Just,
Let's try and
Just purging the
avoid it
crowd.
as much as we can.
Yep, that's why we're going to talk, so...
Tommy kind of goes up to Sal, kind of tugs on your coat.
Hmm?
What's happening?
We're talking possibilities that some of the guards might be cooperating with the people that held you captive. So we're having a backup plan in case they are.
Wait,
okay,
back
I'll
up.
talk to.
Wait. Hang on. Or just she kind of goes over to Kane and says, don't you have that thing you can do? Kane says, what thing? Remember when the foreman was searching to hurt me and you, at one time, and you did that magic-y thing where you snap your fingers? Kane sort of slims his eyes. I don't know. Still don't trust him.
So you don't know a persuasion check.
I'll give you a kiss on the cheek if you do.
Well, come on,
The
Kane.
power of boners.
Good old hormones.
All right, fine. And so Nero, you can see there's a slight fluster to Kane's face and he kind of looks around briefly, and he kind of leans into the both of you. Have you ever heard of Pass Without a Trace before?
Yes, we have heard of that.
I've never actually seen it in use by someone, and then she sort of looks him up and down.
By someone so young, yeah.
So young.
There's a lot about me you don't know.
Well, color me impressed then.
Even I don't know that spell. I don't think I can.
Nero goes off in her own little world.
If you're not too busy demeaning me because of my age, do you mind? And he kind of holds out holds out his fingers in this kind of snapping position.
Oh,
Or
go ahead.
magic.
Okay. Range on this, that'll be 30 feet. Yeah, I'd probably say that would encompass all of you. Yeah, that's it. Road is much shorter than that. So yeah, you watch. There's a kind of you'll feel kind of a slight cold shimmer to your skin. You seem to
I'm already old.
or seem to blend into the shadows as he casts Pass Without a Trace.
Nice. Well done, Kane. Aren't you proving quite useful?
Can we get on with it?
Yeah. So it gives us a +5 basically, or was it something?
Plus
What?
10.
Plus 10.
+10.
You have plus 10 to your stealth checks.
Yes.
Oh, so mine turns into a 29.
Oh, no, we have to roll
Easy
again.
15.
Oh, do we have to
We,
roll?
we roll again.
With advantage still, because of the rain and the cold and the darkness, then... Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, I
General
assume.
decides.
I'll say sure. You can go ahead and roll again. You can roll again with advantage and plus 10.
35.
30.
I'm gone.
You don't see where Saoyun went, Nero.
I mean, Nero can't even see Sao Yun. Or, like, Sao Yun can't even see Nero. Like, Nero's roll is higher. even
yeah,
with the nat
that's
20.
that's true.
What? Yeah.
Where is everyone?
Everyone just vanishes.
Balthazar,
Kane,
would
like,
you like to? It's up to you. If you want to still go talk to the guards, that's completely fine.
Let's see. So he's sneaking past. Is that what he's doing?
So he casts Pass Without a Trace, so everybody, kids included within 30 feet, get a plus 10 to their stealth checks. We're all getting advantage anyway, so like we can basically just walk past the guards into the elevator.
I mean, I'm still at a 20.
No, we roll again.
Statistically speaking,
Roll again.
if I were to roll, on average, the highest I would get is a 20.
But you could also get higher.
Do you dare take a
And
gamble?
statistically speaking, on average, with advantage, you'd actually be getting somewhere around 13 or 14. So 23 or
Okay.
24.
Do it.
All right. I blame you.
You should. No,
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
motherfucker. You get 30.
Holy shit. 30.
It's safe to say that we sort of just
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
just
good.
like, okay, cool. And then they disappear.
Grunka, are you? Do you want to stealth?
Grunker's
Well,
not here.
Yeah,
Grunker's
like
in the group. The
Yeah,
easy
I'm
one.
with like Sable and
Oh yeah. That's
Glim.
Yeah,
the
my
group that's almost already completed the task.
bad. Yep, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, you all vanish into the shadows, and I'll do a roll for the kids as well. Do. So, 24 for the kids. Actually, that I'll do another roll for one roll for each group. So that would be 21 for your group, Saoyun Nero, and 24 for Siren and Balthazar's group.
Got it.
So yeah, you quite easily use the shadows to your advantage. So you were all sufficiently stealthed. What's the plan?
We're gonna sneak past the guards onto the elevator.
Okay. You begin to make your way through the back alleys of this street here, kind of dipping and darting out whenever the guards kind of either turn their head turn their head towards a dog barking or something, then turning their head back. And you all wait in hiding for a moment as the elevator kind of makes its way down to the foot drifts. You do see a sufficient gap between the guard and the back of the kind of wall where this tunnel begins. You will begin to sneakily kind of make your way through the tunnel, hugging to the shadows. There's no moon shining on this area, so You have that to your advantage. So that is hidden behind the cliff here.
And the
Begin
range,
to-
that's better.
Begin to kind of one by one clamber your way onto the elevator, kind of keeping to the far corners, making sure that your feet are light. The shadows get that kind of emanate from around your bodies. It seems to the very shadows of the elevator here. They seem to lick across all of your bodies. And it's unnerving. Maybe there's more to Kane here.
So cold.
Eventually, good moment passes. It's 20 minutes has passed here now. As you wait, you hear a ka-thump. The entire elevator seems to shake. Doors, the guards seem to not paying much attention, just kind of seem to close the doors out of instinct. Don't really pay much attention to what's behind them. They're fairly confident it's empty. The elevator begins to elevate up the chain towards the upper town.
And now we wait.
On the ride upwards, Sao will look to Kane and sort of nod a bit before. You know, I wasn't trying to demean you earlier.
Yeah, well, I've heard it a lot. Don't worry. I know it's nothing personal.
But I will say, with that kind of skill at your age, you have potential.
Yeah, I suppose. Something I learned in the mid reaches. You have to survive on your own a lot there. A lot of people willing to offer you if they get something out of it.
Yeah, I can relate to that in a way.
A few more moments pass as the elevator continues to kind of clunk up these massive iron chains. A feat of dwarven ingenuity, if you will. Eventually, there's another loud thud as the entire the entire wooden platform surrounded by metal bindings seems to come to a halt. And the doors seem to kind of get wenched open automatically. There's a few cogs and wheels that turn. You are now free to do what you like.
This is our stop, right?
This is the upper town, yes. This is the top of the elevator.
Oh, let's go.
Begin.
Yes, and we are off.
Okay. Begin tiptoeing your way through the fairly claustrophobic streets of the upper town here. I will say, since that last check was to get on the elevator, make another stealth check for me.
With the advantage and the pass without trace.
With the advantage and the pass without trace. We look up now, then
Ooh.
we look up now, and you can see off to the distance, the cloud cover seems to be dispersing somewhat. The rain has not stopped yet, nor is the thunder. But you gather you don't have much time left before you lose the cover of the rain and the thunder.
Let's better hurry up then.
Okay. News. Balthazar, would you like? Do you want to do stealthy or just kind of straight through the street owning it?
I think the answer to that is he's gonna do it with style.
Everything's on the style.
What would you like to do?
Balthazar is style.
Okay. Well, we're off the elevator.
Yes, you are off the elevator and you're currently making your way into the upper town.
They have to handle the upper town before we can go to the spires, right?
Well, you can either go to the spire clefts or the upper town. The top of the elevator is kind of like midway between the two. The spire clefts is just built higher up. That's all.
What region is in again?
You are making your way off of the elevator, kind of headed into the upper town. And
No, I mean where is the Lofty Lapine situated? What
the
area?
lofty Lapine is in the spired clefts.
Okay. Just couldn't remember. Carry on.
So,
I'll give you I'll just give you a visual here so you can see. Okay.
I think it will probably be fastest to split the party, having each team go to their respective area, and then meet up back at the Lofty Lapine.
Okay.
However,
So, this is the foot drifts here. That's where the harbour and the majority of the industry are. This is the spied clefts. You can see it's built further up. This is the upper town, and the elevator is around midway here.
So we would just split up. Me, well, Neo and Sal would basically head this way while the other two head upwards.
Yeah, and everyone, and the two groups that aren't the demons would end up having to go all the way up to the top to get to our inn by the end of it.
Yeah. So then once we're done, everyone would just loop back around to...
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Right, so split up.
yeah, it works for me.
All right then. Are you stealthing, Balthazar?
Well, if we're splitting up, then our stealth is going to be a lot worse because of the lack of.
Sure. I still
Yeah,
have a
so-
nat 20.
Well, he asked us to roll again. If we do stealth.
You don't.
So. I mean, we only have 3 kids. We're both very well dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, one...
I could be stealth, or I could walk like I belong here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can. I feel like Siren and Balthazar will do the latter.
All right then.
Do
you doing that
we
with?
have? Like, I know this is kind of odd. Do we have like an umbrella or anything? Or just like something that will keep the rain. Well, no, we have like extra cloaks and stuff like that. So Siren is going to like put extra cloaks on the children's, just so they, aren't totally soaked.
And I'm just
Okay.
prejudiced, and I'm just drying off my kids every so often, or the kids with me and Sal.
Okay then.
I'm just making sure they're not soaked, and then when we get to where they need to be, we'll,
I mean, if you had shaped water, you could make a pseudo umbrella.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, why don't you have shaped water, Sal?
Because I don't have cantrips.
Is shaped water a cantrip?
Yep. Yep.
Interesting.
You don't have cantrip?
Artificers don't get them.
I mean, his artificer doesn't.
Yeah, his artificer doesn't get them.
I do get some, but they're, well,
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll move over to Siren Balthazar for the moment. You are in the upper town. Sorry, no, Spire Cliffs. Oh, no, I'm getting it wrong now. It's currently night time, pouring down with rain. Thunder slowly waning. You can see the silhouettes of the massive spires that gives this district its namesake. You can see the orange glow from different windows, from the lanterns and the streetlights. You begin making your way through the streets, and you kind of you watch the children kind of huddle themselves with the blankets that you've provided them as pseudo coats, as it were. You can see a pair of evidently miserable guards who've been forced to make the rounds in this equally miserable weather. You see one of them has
that fucking sucks.
one of them has a lantern in hand to kind of light the way. Both seem to be talking to each other.
We could wait for them to pass, or just grab our
Are
stuff.
are they chilling there? Are they like?
They
Are they moving back and forth, or are they just at the gates?
You can see that they're both at the gates right now, at the gates to the Spired Cliffs.
Alright. Alrighty then. In that case, I mean, I feel like we might as well just go on by. Quick question. Can I recognize whether or not these are the guards that we have met before?
Make a perception check.
Boop. It's really rainy.
Yeah, it's pouring down with rain. You're having a hard time seeing their faces. I mean, you don't see much beyond the fact that they have flintlock pistols.
Oh, those sons of bitches. Siren's gonna, through the earring, say, I have a feeling that these might be handymen. Look at the pistols.
They both continue kind of talking to each other.
Balthazar, you are muted also, by the way.
Ah, yeah. So, do we just want to strut past these fuckers?
I mean, we could. We could, and then have Siren or whatnot provide a distraction while the rest of them, like, kind of walk by.
I mean,
Or, like, it definitely depends. Like, the children have cloaks, so they're not going to be quite easily seen. Or not, like, nothing too big, but I definitely think that we can probably just stroll on through.
yeah.
Just use the weight of our authority to kind of throw our weight around, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Big dick energy.
Big tit energy.
There you go. Mana is stored in the boobs.
That's true. Let's see. So yeah, I guess we're just going to walk up and like have so they're out in the middle of the rain. Is there like a small place where like we can get out of the rain while we're is there like a small alcove between the gates, like just a covering or whatnot, where we'd be out of the rain for just a second?
It's mostly kind of open right now.
Okay. All right.
Which is why they're probably so miserable, because they're standing out in the open rain.
True. Right. Then yeah, just going to walk on by.
Okay. You begin to kind of walk past. The guards seem to kind of glance towards you, glance to each other, and they kind of look towards the small cloaked figures. Oi! Excuse me. If you don't mind,
Sarn just kind of stops and gives them a look of, how fucking dare you speak to me and like stop me right now? Just like the full weight of like her glare. Just like what
Her
the fuck?
scowl.
Yeah. She's not even responding. She's
yeah.
just like giving
Yes.
him like a what the fuck kind of
And
look.
why are you stopping us in this cold rain?
Well, just we got word of missing individuals of small stature.
Is that right?
They both kind of look to the three children that you, well, they don't know it's children, but we gather that the small stature, it's probably fairly obvious.
Hmm.
And let me ask you,
Both kind of
what
resting
do these
hands on,
children look like?
both kind of resting hands on their flintlocks.
What if, perhaps, I do not know, an issue with a large amount of missing children made its way down to Port Mockney, and say a special group got sent out to find them and return them for official bounties, safe to home? What would that mean for you?
As he'll just kind of show his Port Morkney insignia.
Both look to each other, then back to you. Well, if you know what's best for you, you'll hand them over.
What do you say?
If you know what's best for you, you'll hand them over.
Sarah's going to kind of just
How do
fully
we know?
turn now.
How do we know you're not the ones who abducted them in the first place?
Sarah's gonna turn, like fully look at him, like her just incredulity on her face, just like. First, he just showed you an official seal of a Port Mockney official, one that I also carry, and she pulls out hers. So, first strike is you're questioning those far above your station. Secondly, did you just threaten us?
Turn them over, or we'll have you arrested. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
So, hold on one moment, brother. She looks at the guard. So, you're looking for children, yes?
Ones that have been abducted, yes.
She turns back and looks at the children. Have any of you been abducted? or are we returning you home?
They both all kind of, they all kind of look at each other, bit scared that they're being put on the spot right now, and they kind of say, yeah.
That didn't answer any
You
question.
said yes to both of
They
them.
seem very confused right
Big
now.
mood.
It's like, okay.
Big fucking mood. The amount of times I've given multiple choice answers and they go yes.
Oh,
Siren just kind of like she smiles and then she's just like, "Huh, I'm sorry. She prestidigitates kind of them, like them and the cloaks dry, so they'll at least be dry for a good while longer. It's like, I'm sorry. I should probably have been more clear. Are we right now returning you home, so you can see your parents again?
Yeah, you're returning us home.
Then she turns around. She's like nods, turns around, stands up. It's like, so we will be going now to the guards, and she starts walking by.
Okay then.
The fucking force of personality.
See,
by the way,
what one of them turns the other one and says, "Get the rest."
What did he say?
Get the rest.
Siren's gonna sigh.
Just for my
okay.
own out of character clarification, did he say rest or wrist?
Get the rest.
Okay.
Like
That was
the
another
rest-
hand thing.
She turns and like, I wish that criminals were smarter. And then she casts hold person on both of them.
You watch as he's about to draw what initially looked like a flintlock, but as you kind of cast it, looks like actually looks like a flare gun.
That's fine.
This is wisdom save, yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Grunker questioning where rain comes from.
Meanwhile, we're discussing the weather. Hey man, there's no rain down there. Yeah, true.
It's true.
And talking to a guy who sees very little rainfall before he came here.
Yeah.
He fails. Which is he's pointed up in the air, literally just about to pull the trigger as all of his muscles kind of lock up in place.
Oh, it was on both of them.
Oh, both
guess
of
so.
them.
Higher level spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Ooh,
That's a 14.
That is a fail.
Yes. Watch it. Both of them kind of lock up in place.
oh no. Let's not have those. Let me just borrow that for a moment.
I'm just gonna take his gun.
Okay.
Give it here. I need it.
I'll say because his muscles and his hand have kind of locked in place. I'll say to make a general strength check with advantage.
Just pry his
Shoot.
fingers open.
Just let this.
Wait, before I do, common sense. I don't have a lot of it, but it's starting to tick. If I start pulling on a gun with his finger on the trigger, I could accidentally make it fire. That's a really bad idea.
For many
I also
reasons.
want to say that he automatically fails strength and dex like saving
does.
throws. And he can't take actions or reactions, so you're.
But just go on with the flavor. If his hand's locked up,
No, yeah, I feel you.
I mean, you're absolutely right on that point.
You're free to break a finger to get it out of the trigger.
Oof.
I could.
His
I could.
his finger is rested right on the trigger right now.
I mean, break it and heal it. I don't know.
Why? They're obviously like from the handyman.
They could also just be normal gods who don't trust you.
It's
I mean-
called deniability. You break the finger and heal it, and he has no proof of you actually doing it.
And if they're
I
dead,
haven't
they
got.
also have no proof.
You know, that sounds a lot better. Just turn to Siren. Do we want them alive? I feel like we
Kroven.
shouldn't have them alive.
Kroven, darling,
Yes.
can you take the children through?
Where would you like me to bring them?
Just further out, if you would. Like, continue
Yeah,
through into the spire.
Maybe about 100 feet that way. You know,
I'll-
just
Step
around
walking.
the corner.
I'll bring them out of sight of what you're inevitably going to do. I like where this is going.
We're just going to find your payment on these people.
Very well. He kind of escorts the children about some ways up the street and kind of darts into a nearby alleyway.
This got fucking dark quick.
Well, it's night.
Well, guys are just doing the jobs.
Well, now they should have listened to the kids. Just saying. So Siren is going to come up and lift up the hand that has that, like, the handyman signet on it. It's like, if he was smart, you would have recognized that we gave you many outs for this. Sadly.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
If you're trying to give off that you are part of this organization.
Oh. Well,
Are you?
they're gonna be no. I'm just showing them like, hey, like we know what you are, kind of thing.
Right. Okay. I'll make a intimidation check then.
Siren being Siren.
That's what she does. Okay, roll +8. No, that's good. It's like,
Can't say anything, but the one who has the flare gun, his eyes kind of dart towards the signet ring, then dart back to your eyes, and keep darting between the two. There is a slight panic in his eyes.
because I can. Can I insight check to verify? Nope. Okay. So
It's hard to tell through the full plate helmet.
it's like, but you tried to stop us from actually helping children. So you see, now we have to kill you. It's like you could have gone home. You could have enjoyed a wonderful night in your beds after all this dreadful rain. Now you're going to learn some. Sorry. And then she's going to. That's right. She's going to reach forward and. How far away are the guards from each other? They're like side by side.
They're about 5 feet from each other.
Okay. Siren's going to reach forward. She's going to grab their jaws, like slip her like hands through. Well, you said, are they open face or full closed? helmets?
Full plate helmet.
Okay, then she's going to slip her hands underneath, like so she can grab their jaws, and then she's going to double life tap.
Oof. Okay then.
Fucking double tap him the old-fashioned magic way.
Yep. And I also want to point out that because this is paralyzed foes and this is a melee attack, I'm automatically
It's a
critting
crit.
on this. So,
Jesus Christ.
there's
You
one.
cruel
Oh,
motherfucker.
two.
You didn't even need to auto crit. Oh wait, no, there
Oh
are.
no! I adjusted it just so the damage would be. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
the first one's
That's neat.
damage. That's 31, and the second one is 36.
The 16 took a while to show up, and it's like, oh,
There
well,
is
20
a-
isn't bad enough.
There's a juddering of limbs, and as Balthazar, you watch on. You're not sure if you're supposed to be both impressed or aroused.
Why not?
The answer
both?
is yes.
She almost she seems to lift them both up by the jaws. There's this kind of black ethereal magic which also seems to be lifting them up as well. The feet leave the ground by about a foot or so, and there's this cold life essence that drains from all the cracks in their armor, all the gaps in the plating. And it all seems to kind of drain out, kind of swirl around their forearms, and they both fall to the floor with a limp clatter. And you can, Siren, you can see desiccated faces beneath the full helms.
Gods, I love it when you do that.
I know. It's so fun. It's so refreshing. So, now,
Should
shall
leave.
we have a god escort, perhaps? Or do we wish to
I
just...
think that
dispose
would
of
be
them?
wise, yes. Let's just... okay, let's just do that.
Be aroused.
No fear.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
who knows?
Just
Through the power of my boner, we will have guards.
intrigued and aroused. Entroused.
In your trousers.
No, man.
When the lady you desire could kill you with a touch, and you want to bone her.
Yes.
That's amore.
Live life on the edge.
Literally.
They can give you the suck in more ways than one.
Yes. Live life
That
on
could
the
have
edge.
gone. That could have gone so wrong.
It could have. But
I mean-
we're two murderers. So...
This is why a party with two evil people is kinda good, because they can just go, alright everybody, you
Wingman.
go into the other room, we'll take care of this.
We'll solve the problem. Game Master, I would like to take the help action. Siren just looks at her +8 roll. Like, oh, that's now technically a 13. So,
so with that...
to real quick, see if they have any evident coin purses so I can throw some change at Corbin.
All right.
And just be like, yeah, here's your money, shut up.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Give him the old 1-2 pat down.
Siren's gonna help.
Okay, so that'll
Alright.
be an 18.
An 18.
You do find about 50 gold overall, kind of searching through whether or not they have any valuable jewelry, like rings or necklaces. And as you kind of search for a necklace, you also find a familiar tattoo on the neck.
Hey!
Called it. The flintlocks, man. It was the fucking flintlocks.
Yep.
I will also say, once realizing this and seeing the tattoos, Siren's gonna say that out loud, like, flintlocks. The damn flintlocks. And then she's going to broadcast that to everyone else that's within range. So I guess just basically the upper reach people, just be like, watch out for guards with flintlocks. They're part of the handymen.
Thanks for the heads up.
Noted.
Um,
And then Sarah's just gonna respond back to Siren. Oh, and if you find one that looks odd or in otherwise different, do bring me one.
Siren kind of looks at the flare gun and just kind of shrugs. We'll do. And then she picks it up and puts it in the bag of holding.
Okay, so add one dwarven flintlock.
Nice.
No, sorry, dwarven flare gun rather. My bad.
Also nice.
I'll come up with stats for that the later date.
Later.
Yes,
I can help you if you want.
we have more pressing matters to attend to.
Yeah.
Agree.
More murder.
Bodies.
So,
You mean helping children, not murder.
Right.
one facilitates the other.
Go on.
So with that, what did we find with the 18? We saw like the tattoo, but on
Yeah,
them.
about 50 gold between them, and there was also the tattoos that they both had. Oh, by the way, I just found stats for it.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh, nice. 1d8 fire damage. Pretty cool. I dig it.
There you go. So just add that.
Yoink.
Such
Okay.
All right.
Alright, so Siren just kind of stands back up, prestidigitates them both. Dry again. So, what is that guard escort?
This is absolutely perfect. Did you make them skeletons or zombies?
Oh well, I'm just kind of wondering whether we should do. I mean, they are wearing full plate. It's very hard to see the faces as is, so either or would work. I think. Wait, they're wearing full plate, right? You said.
Yep, they are wearing full plate. You can see that the full plate helmets almost have this sort of a kettle helmet design.
Let's make them zombies. See if you can preserve the neck. I would want the Lord to see this, so he knows we do not lie.
Of course. And Siren's gonna cast Animate Undead, and like she's kind of
Okay.
the runes on her arms flare up. She reaches down and then just like
Yeah, let's
tears.
go and hit that spell. Let's hear the sound. Glorious sound.
I don't know if it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, boy.
Spooky.
You reach your hand into the. Oh well, I completely forgot what it was called.
Blacklands, the
Okay.
Abyss.
The. Hang on,
The realm between.
Gate of Mortality. That's it. So you reach into the in through the Gate of Mortality with your blackened hand. You can see immediately see two very recently deceased humanoid males, kind of drifting. That the spirits in this lulled stupor of they don't know where they are. They don't know what's going on. But you reach your hand in anyway. You kind of grasp at these spirit tethers, and you yank them back through, screaming and flailing as they go. You come to, and you raise your hands. Both armored corpses rise again.
You know what would be fun? If you accidentally switched whose soul goes to which body.
Well, the magic kind of strips away all the personality of them, so. But it would be interesting if it's like.
Just living human souls being tormented forever in a constantly rotting body. Who cares?
Yeah, it's fine.
Doesn't matter.
They don't care.
Okay.
So now there are two Zambi guards. And yeah, Siren like motions like lead the way. Walk before us while we move through here.
Okay then. They both are these yeah these are zombies, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Both. They kind of clink, clank, clink. The gate is it's a little bit off-putting. Sometimes the bones, the kind of bones surrounded by the recently deceased flesh is kind of, and the gate is a bit off-putting. There's a kind of sway to one side.
That'll do in a
it's
pinch
like
when
they're
it's
learning
raining.
how to walk.
That'll do in a pinch when it's raining and dark.
They begin to move forward towards where you last saw Krogan. You turn the corner. You see Krogan there, kind of waiting with the three children, kind of peeking around the corner. Ah, I see. See what your plan was.
Yes, we've managed to talk these two Gons into joining us to escort these children back to their homes.
Yes, let's go with that, shall we?
Yes, and as a gesture of goodwill, remind me, how much did you get paid before?
Well, let me see here.
Weren't you kept there against your will?
Yes, I was paid minimally, shall we say? If minimally means nothing at all.
Well then, here is 10 gold pieces. This should be more than enough for a month's expenditure. At least to live comfortably.
Well, I wouldn't quite say that compared to some of my previous employers, but it will do for now, shall we say?
Yes, it is, let's just say a sign-on bonus. The rest will come in time once we see your work meets our desires. But enough of work for now.
Yes, we shall discuss my salary later.
Perfect. Let's get you home, children.
Come
Okay.
now, the pants await.
All right then. So, as you kind of make your way through the streets, you do come upon a few other pairings of guards. They're also kind of talking to each other as they move past. I will say, make a deception check with your zombies.
When my zombies make the deception check? Or I do?
This is going to be. It's a weird situation.
Because I know it's still heavily raining. It's dark. And they're walking forward, so, I mean, I don't know. What you want me to do, Mike?
I'll say, make a deception check. It's going to be strange. Make a deception check with using your proficiency modifier? Question mark? Because this is unusual.
Can I... Well, if we're walking, and, since the zombies obviously don't know where they're actually going, Siren's gonna have them kind of walking to the side and behind us.
Okay.
So if a guards do come and kind of approach, she's again walking like they're supposed to be here, and the guards are more just kind of a cover for okay, the guards are falling behind them, obviously they're supposed to, it's like with Lord Talonwood, they were at his side and behind as he was walking through.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah, make a deception check with your proficiency modifier. Yeah, deception plus your proficiency. Is that for the zombies, yeah?
Oh no, okay, hold on. The zombie would just be a straight roll because they have -3 charisma.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, I'm just the fact that they're in full plate armor, and like you can't see their faces, and it's heavily raining. That's what I'm relying on.
Yeah, sure. I'll say deception with advantage, and since you have some kind of say in controlling them, though it's the undead gate isn't. It's not. The puppeteering. It's got this sort of uncanny valley effect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so okay. Alright, if it's just going to be a straight roll, then I'm going to roll it here.
That'll be. I'll say advantage because of the rain and the darkness plus your proficiency.
I think this is the right natural 20.
Oh well, shit.
They fool even Balthazar.
Hey, I'm a motherfucking top class necromancer. I know how to control my shit.
Yeah, and as soon as you watch one of them start to slump in their gait, like one of them kind of almost catches the armored foot, because it's a very uncanny valley effect here. But you manage to kind of snap your fingers and it immediately kind of stands up straight and continues on walking. You see the other couple of guards that are walking towards you, kind of pass. They don't seem to notice. Thankfully, there is no smell of rot decay because they are only recently killed by you two.
Mm-hmm. And it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to smell things in the rain.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, Siren just gives kind of like an imperious nod, just like, you know, as you do, as white privileged folk do to policemen.
Oh, oof. No real life politics in D&D.
I play with my taxes.
Okay, so you continue on.
That's a yikes from me.
The guards kind of give you a look of curiosity, but they see the two other guards escorting you, and they kind of nod to them, and they continue on their way.
Sweet. So I guess we're just gonna drop these kids off.
All right then. And eventually, after a few, I'll say just make another deception check with with the same principles there, just for any other guards that you might encounter along the way.
Okay. Hopefully this is just as good. 16.
16. Okay, not bad. But there is a moment where one of your zombified guards seem to kind of trip over themselves and seems to stumble for a moment, and again you kind of snap your fingers and the guard kind of stands up. The zombified guard stands up straight, kind of you kind of puppeteer him to dust himself off. You continue on your way. The guard and this guard has a lantern. He's kind of using it to light his way, and he looks over both of the guards, and he says, "All right, Phil."
I make him nod, and so I make him nod, and then as he's coming, Siren kind of turns around, looks back, it's like, "Philip, hurry up, will you?" And Philip just kind of nods again and just kind of continues shambling on.
we watch the guy kind of walk away. Oh, fucking tourists.
I'm fine with this.
I like it. It's an interesting plan. I like it. Creative.
What did he say? I missed
The
that.
fucking tourists.
Fucking tourists.
So,
Okay.
so yeah. So once the kids are back where they need to be, giving all due credit to the Black Hand. And
Yeah, there is.
all due credit to the Black Hand. And did we? I forget. And sorry, this is just out of character. Did we want to give credit to Talonwood now, or were we going to wait later?
I think you
Like-
said you wanted to wait, but
Yeah.
if I recall last time.
Okay, then yeah. So just all Black Hand, all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Each time you kind of deliver one of these three children, the noble parents that they met with, you know, joyous tears of laughter and long hugs. There's some exclamations of, I'll never let you out of my sight again, and other things.
Saren smiles warmly at the display of familial affection, and putting on a front and just like, well, we went through a lot to get them.
Where did you find them?
It's a rather delicate matter. Just know that the people responsible are not going to be hurting anyone anymore, and that your children are quite safe now, thanks to the Black Hand.
Thank you so much.
Saren gives like another smile, like a bow, and then like ruffles some hair and prestidigitates the kids dry, and the parents too, in case they hugged a wet kid.
Yeah,
And then-
one of them as you were kind of running, as you were kind of making way through the rain up to the home that the kid recognised. One of the parents just kind of bolted out the door into the rain, just flung arms flung around him.
Oh, how sweet. Perhaps we can use that as leverage to get payment later.
Or definitely.
Oh,
influence.
Balthazar.
The
Balthazar.
mind of
Balthazar.
Balthazar.
Hey, having nobles in your pocket, like we've seen what they can do.
Balthazar's cold heart grew even colder that day.
Okay.
And
So
I'm the
you subs-
poorest of the party.
You subsequently
Yeah, you are.
I gotta
deliver
think about
each
getting
and,
money.
each and every one of these three children, and you now have and you feel somewhat good about yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we shall go back to the other crew, Nero and Sao Yun.
And that is my entire backstory.
And that's the secret of life.
42.
Wow.
Oh, wait, the camera's back on me.
And that's how clouds work
So-
in detail.
You
Break that fourth wall.
have Kane with you. You do have your pass without a trace still there.
Yeah, even though, yeah, we don't actually need it that much, but it's nice.
Okay.
Alright.
So, you headed off.
Off we go.
Alrighty then. Begin skulking around the claustrophobic streets of the upper town here. It's a bit eerie here. Kind of as you dart through some of the alleyways, the roofs themselves seem to swallow up. It seems to swallow up the sky, and the two moons of the mother and the matron seem to occasionally disappear behind the rooftops. And you can see the occasional warm glow of the some of these houses where people might still be active. Eventually, you see what a couple of the children, as you kind of continue to skulk about, make a stealth check for me, both of you.
With advantage and
with
wisdom
advantage
and all that.
plus 10.
Yeah,
32,
Pathfinder Trace
yeah.
is just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So you continue on your ways, kind of skulking through the alleyways. Some of the kids here seem to recognise again some of the places they're familiar with, and you one by one you do deliver Wendy and Joshua to their homes, to much applaud, many tearful smiles, many happy reunions, many thank yous.
And just so I'm sure that Balthazar doesn't, throw a fit because we doesn't do it, we're gonna do the whole Black Hand spiel, but less pompous.
Yeah, Neil will do it because she doesn't know Sal's take on being part of the Black Hands are not so.
You watch as an older kind of grandmotherly figure, holding Wendy in her arms. She says to she asks Sao Yun, is this the Black Hound that rescued you, my dear? Yeah, that's them.
Hi.
Oh, thank you so much. We've been looking for her for months.
Yeah, well, just glad to get her back safely to her home.
If there is anything we can do to repay you,
Your gratitude right now is enough.
well. Anyways, well. She kind of goes back inside and starts rummaging through a few things. She kind of brings out what looks like a small coin purse. Well, if just take this anyway, please. Just a show of that gratitude. Yes, please do.
Okay, well, if you're sure, I won't turn it down.
We've taught her so well.
Oh, I know who insists.
I mean, if you're gonna give me money, I might as well.
Sao is just... She's not much for it, but... Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only doing it because she's insisting.
Feels like it's mostly silver in there. Kind of silver and gold has a different weight to it. But she hands it to you anyway, and she kind of heads inside with Wendy. And Wendy kind of she goes to the window, kind of waves at you.
Neil
I
back.
wave back.
Alrighty. So one by one, managed to get both of them home. You are left with Kane and Torrent. They are the two homeless individuals.
Okay then, what to do with you two?
Maybe Torn's like an idiot savant. Like phenomenal cosmic powers. Itty bitty brain space.
You see he's over in the rain, kind of picking his nose again.
So, what should we do with those two? Or, I should probably ask, what do you two want to do now?
Well, I think I've had my time on these streets. These are not the friendliest of places. I think if I'm gonna have a new home, might as well be with you lot.
You are quite useful. And there are some of us who are magically gifted who could train you in your arts if you would like.
Yeah, maybe. Suppose I might have to get... Some relationships might need to be built between the...
Everything in due time.
Meanwhile, what about you, Torn?
Watches Kane kind of kneels down towards towards Torrent. There's definitely like an older brother, younger brother dynamic going on here. He says, "Right, where do you want to go, Torrent?" Torrent kind of sniffs and says, "I want to go with Tamia. She's nice."
Go with Tamiya, huh? We can try to do that.
I don't see no harm in that.
Indeed.
Okay. So, back to we'll go to Vellum, Glim, and Grunker. What are you guys doing?
Considering we had basically zero trouble getting these kittens home, what's the time frame here? Like, would we have gotten back before everyone else, or what's the flag?
So, because yeah, I will say you probably made it up towards the. See, that would be the upper town. Yeah. Here's 1, 2. Yeah. We'll say you've probably made it to the upper town, upper town by now, on your way towards the spied clefts.
Okay. Well, we'll just do that then, and go
Alright.
there. Well, the meeting place was back at the Lofty Lapine, so I've got to Lofty Lapine.
Alrighty then. So I would
Casually
say.
talking about the weather.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
And
say.
weird.
I'll
Cloud
say mark off 1 silver for each of you. For the,
Oh, right,
for,
the
for
toll.
the elevator.
Gotta pay
Oh
the
man,
toll.
does Vellum have that? Just kidding.
I have money. Shit,
Only
I don't
good
have
with
any
it,
silver.
yeah.
I have gold.
Yeah, smash it up into silver.
That's not how alchemy works.
I'll say make a perception
I'll,
check.
I want to ask if the guy's got change for gold.
Nah.
I mean, they get enough silver. Why not?
Do you
Anyway.
both have a silver?
I'm sure Grunka has one. I have
Oh, yeah.
gold though. I don't have silver.
Oh yeah, I mean I can lend you the silver if you need it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to make an exchange at the Bank of Grunka.
All right,
10 silver for a gold, please, or whatever you can spare.
all right, hang on.
He's literally a bank now because he is so angry that no one would ever try to rob it.
Yeah. All right, so
Save
you give
his
me
deposit box.
1 gold for 10
I'm
silver.
giving you 1 gold, and you're giving me ideally the full 10, but whatever you can spare, really. He's not.
I mean, sure.
okay, cool.
Right.
And then 1 of those silver goes to paying for the lift.
Alright then. Good to know. Grunka, Glim, and Velen. I'd like you all to make a perception check as you make your way back. I'll make
Okay.
a perception check for Glim.
Perception. There it is.
Average.
Yeah, slightly above average.
Slightly above average, okay. Oh, hang on. Come on.
We have dark vision.
Slow.
So fuck your darkness.
Mhm. Everyone's got dark vision.
Yep.
Hey.
It's useful.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. Oof. Okay then.
Well, that happened.
Glim sees all.
What your tiny eyes see.
You make it as you kind of make your way through the spire clefts. You don't see any guards kind of posted out the entrance gate. Funnily enough, because usually there's a couple of guards there each time you've passed.
That's weird. This place has got problems. Guards can't even stay at their post.
And using his natural 20, Glim kind of points your eyes towards the lofty Lapine. As you are kind of on the street headed towards the lofty Lapine, about 200 foot off.
Finally, let's get out of this rain.
Wait, hang on. I see something weird. You look over there, look at the entrance there.
Villain will look.
Okay, you can see kind of in the midst of the rain a pair of individuals underneath this overhang near the lofty Lapine. Both of them kind of wearing leather shawls to keep the rain off. And you can somewhat see the type of clothing they wear. One looks to be humanoid and male in stature. The other is about no larger than maybe 3 feet. Smaller is kind of dressed in. They're both actually dressed in these kind of leather shawls.
Do they seem like their attire matches the region we're in? Like the class level, as it were.
It's difficult to see beneath the shawls.
Right, Glim, you think you can look ahead?
And as Glim kind of points this out to you, you see the smaller individual kind of pass some sort of package to the taller individual before the male humanoid kind of makes his way off into the rain, as does the
Is it
smaller one.
too far to tell like the size and shape of the package?
It's about size of your hand.
Any idea of a shape, or is it too far?
It looks fairly standard kind of cuboid shape.
Boxed. Okay.
Yes, looks like a box.
And they've both gone away from the
kind
entrance.
of wrapped in linen and rope.
Ah.
They both kind of went their separate ways.
Well, that was weird. Better keep an eye out just in case. Let's go. They're not there anymore.
Okay. You make
And
your
we
way.
go to the warmth and comfort of a nice, comfortable hotel.
Yes. You make your way into the inn.
Indian. Hopefully straight up to the room unless something explodes.
Okay. You're greeted with the warmth of the inn, and we shall go back to. Who would like to go next?
I mean, we're all kind of heading back now, right?
Me and Sal have one more stop because one
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to go to a specific place.
Alright.
So yeah, give it to them.
There's just one thing. I'm not sure we know where she has gone, so
Well, she's with y'all.
Yes, she is. I don't know. Oh, hang on.
She's vanished.
I've misplaced her.
God, Janice, so irresponsible. Misplacing your kids.
Yeah, I'm not a good father figure. Hang on, I've got it here. Stop being so slow. Just talk about yourselves while I get this sorted out.
Oh no.
Belle's gonna have a bath, so fuck that noise.
Uh,
Okay.
What about everyone else? Have a guess.
Gunkar's probably gonna have a nice lie down in his hammock. Gonna take it easy. Starting to work on his level 1 exhaustion that he have.
Alright, yeah, you still got exhaustion.
Yeah.
Okay, coming back. As Torrent kind of mentions wanting to go with Tamiya, Tamiya kind of pipes up and says, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I've always wanted a younger brother."
Alright then. So, where would you live then, so we can get you home?
Oh wait, no, hang on. I think I recognise this road. Yeah. Down here. She kind of she sort of follows behind all of you, kind of gesturing down one street, then another, turning the corner. You all make your way into this fairly large kind of courtyard area. Looks like most of the marketplace stores have been packed up for the evening. You can see one or two stray crates have been left behind. You can see a couple of fresh produce has been dropped, and it's being soaked by the rain now. Yeah, this is it. This is the marketplace. I think, my house is just over there. She kind of
Right.
hurriedly kind of runs across the courtyard, kind of dragging Torrent along with her.
Neil will keep up just in case.
Okay. Which is time you kind of against the door. It's a fairly run-down kind of ramshackle house. A bit smaller than the rest here in the marketplace. Looks to be on the northern end here as well. You can see one light, one kind of firelight kind of flicker on in the upper floor of this house.
This one happened to be the home of the guy who confused me for his daughter, would it?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, when I first arrived in the city, a man mistook me for one of the missing children, and yeah, it was kind of weird.
Which one?
Neil starts to describe him because I don't actually remember how he looked.
As you're describing this, the door kind of swings open. It looks like looks like a man in his probably late 50s, kind of white hair. You can see kind of what looks like church robes. He's kind of patchy kind of white hair, kind of frizzed up in places. He looks dishevelled, face filled with worry. There is a kind of bottle cap spectacles. Grandpa! And Tommy just kind of flings his arms around him. And there's a moment of surprise as he kind of steps back a little bit, looks down to Tamiya, and there's just waterworks. Tears of joy as he kind of he kind of collapses to one knee, kind of arms flung around her as well. In which a couple of other adults kind of join him. Looks like a kind of raven-haired woman. Looks a lot like Tamia. You gather this is probably her mother. You see also what looks like a kind of a black-haired gentleman. Looks like he's got an apron on. This is probably her father. And there's this great big family reunion, and there is much appreciation. Where did you find her? Is the old man.
We kind of found her
Tell
in
me,
a.
who are these people?
Hi, I'm Neil. Over there's Zhao Yun. We're members of a mercenary group called the Black Hand.
Sao just waves.
It's so cool, Grandpa. You should see what they can do.
Where did you find her?
Down at the docks in a secret underground erudite mine.
They all just look horrified. By the heavens, is that where they've been taking all these children?
Yes, and that has been what's been happening to the children.
Oh dear. There is a visible kind of faintness in both this grandfather figure and the mother. The mother kind of hurriedly takes Tami inside just to kind of dry her off with whatever kind of rags she has. You look inside. It's not
just magic to explain. Dry, just oof.
You gather this is probably motherly instincts kicking in here.
Yes.
You see, you kind of look inside. It looks not the wealthiest of living standards. You can see kind of single standard living room with kind of a small fire going. What looks like a pot of stew going on. Not high standards by any means.
It's livable.
Yeah. You gather that's probably the condition of most of the upper town here.
Livable. I hope it won't be too much to impose, but we have a child here who doesn't actually have a home to go to, but has stated interest of living here with you.
Yeah, the grandfather figure. He says, "Well, I don't know if we have room for." And then the mother kind of chimes in and says, "Oh no, come out of the rain, dear. Come in. Well, I suppose we can do with one more mouth to feed. Yes."
Yeah,
Tommy kind of cheers in the background. Yay!
I can kind of help with that bit, and Neil will pull out the sack of silver and gold that was somewhat forced upon her as a reward and offers it up. Yeah, this can at least get you a little bit of food for the extra mouth.
Goodness. Well, I wouldn't want to impose. Are you quite sure?
Yes, I am. To be honest, you look like you could need it, especially with the extra mouth to feed. I have it myself.
Very well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's been so long since we've last seen her.
I'm glad I could bring her back to you. And give like a warm smile.
To be rescued by strange individuals like yourself. It's like the heavens have smiled upon us.
Yeah, we are a strange group.
Mildly so. But we try our best to help.
Yeah.
If there is anything we can do to repay the favor, anything.
Oh no, there's no need.
Well, there is one thing.
Yes.
Take care of both of them.
Oh, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure Emily and she got and watch the grandfather figure. He kind of looks over his shoulder towards the mother, who's kind of patting Torrin dry, kind of shaking any sort of rain off of him. Even if he is bone dry, you get again bodily instinct. I'm sure Emily, my dear daughter, she will see to that.
There's a mixed feeling on Sao's face, but nothing that's, off-putting.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
What did you say the name of your mercenary group was again?
The Black Hand.
The Black Hand.
Quite an unusual name for someone to do such good deeds and retain such a dark name. It's unusual, but I shall spread the word.
We're trying to rebrand ourselves.
The name comes from our leader. He has a black hand, so.
Yeah.
Goodness. Well,
It's weird.
very well. I shall inform anyone else who has missed someone in their lives.
Yeah. Well, we won't keep you any longer. With weather being considered. I'll let all the warm air
Yes,
out.
it's quite miserable indeed. Thank you again so much. We'll take good care of them. And he closes the door.
I feel
Right.
good.
Kind of, you hear kind of squeals of joy and laughter from within. You feel somewhat better on the inside.
I think we should also return to a warm place.
Okay. Begin to make your way up through the upper town, kind of climbing the ever steep incline that this whole town seems to be built on. You make your way past the Spy Clef's gate entrance, which are missing 2 guards, which again is unusual. You continue on your path.
To the lofty Lapine.
Alrighty. Right. Siren and Balthazar, what are you doing?
And so that's my entire backstory.
Don't steal my joke.
Yes, I understand now.
With that, going to, I guess we're just going to head on, back. I don't see, I mean, we have the 2 guards, of course, and they're going to be, better, I would say, they're just going to be on either side of us, so it's a little more obvious, and we don't have to worry about people. And plus, we don't have the kids. So Samantha, what do you think we should do with them? I mean, they serve
Do
their
with who?
purpose. The gods.
Oh,
They serve their purpose. And full plate mail is something that many desire.
I mean, you could keep them as guards.
Yes, but then we'd have to deal with all of the questions about, oh hey, why is there this and that. I think perhaps I'll just let them... Let's see, is there a way that we can perhaps hide them until Lord Talonwood comes later? Just to give them a better view of exactly how... how ingrained the handyman is in Miss Fawcett.
We could just have them, I do not know, stand in the closet or a bathroom. I mean, unless you must be around to control them.
No, but if something should arise... and plus, out of sight doesn't always mean out of mind. It's, you might ask questions if someone happens to come up to a guard and that is in a closet. I don't know. It's just a lot to deal with in a city like this. We really only need to have the tattoos be visible.
Yes. We're at an impasse here, no doubt. Whether or not we choose to keep them around, at least as they are now, I suppose it does not matter.
There is also the possibility that Lord Talonwood might react negatively to presence of undead, shall we say.
Oh, yes,
Well,
that's
I'm
what
not
I'm
thinking
saying.
they would still be zombies when he shows up.
Yeah, did you hear me
They're
properly?
showing
I
some
said
hidden
that
bodies.
yes, I just showed them the bodies.
Fair point, fair point.
So, I guess perhaps we will just... How about this? Release the magic, let them return to normal bodies, and then just hide them in the bag of holding to be pulled out at an opportune and very dramatic time.
Croving just gives you a strange look, but doesn't question.
You know, we need to find more, larger versions of that. So that way we can just have your undead just in the bag of holding.
Packed away.
And then just turn it inside out and just flood the enemies with skeletons.
Like, oh god, undead.
That is certainly the most creative proposal I have heard in my lifetime.
Well, it's not ours. So yes, I guess we'll just, Saren's gonna, like, release the... Actually, wait. First, she's going to, have the bag of holding and like, tell the zombies to get in it.
Okay.
Clickety clack, get in my sack.
Or actually, can we... Actually, there's easier ways to do this. She's just going to put the bag over them, like, basically from top to bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Have some trouble trying to get it around their shield and swords, and the scabbards.
We can take those. We can take those off.
Okay.
I would like to remind you guys of one thing. The bag of holding can hold up to 500 pounds. But if it exceeds that, it will vomit out everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it just means that eventually, when Siren puts a fresh body in there, it'll vomit out a skeleton.
Let me just. I'm just gonna. This is a very, very interesting situation we find ourselves in. I'm just gonna see
Oh, really?
what the weight of plate armor is here.
65 pounds.
Okay. And that's
So the
that's
desiccated
gonna
body
be
is going to be
130
around. So together they're going to be about 250.
okay. And what's the limit of the bag of holding?
500 pounds, but
Right.
are we including all the other things you have put into it?
That's what I'm wondering as well.
I mean, there's not much that's very heavy that we put into it.
That's true. True.
Yeah.
Okay then. I'll sure. I'll allow it because it's funny as fuck.
Though be aware, I feel like that plate armor that Balthazar wants Vellum to work on will probably be stored in them safekeeping.
Okay.
I mean, unless anyone disagrees, but I think that would probably be the case.
Have you done
Wouldn't
any
it-
work on it?
Wouldn't it be in Vellum's care?
Yes, but it's
that's-
either having it just out and about in Vellum's pack, or safely inside the bag of holding until it needs to be worked.
Would
Up to you guys
also-
how you want to play it, but I don't know what the original decision was. It's been a while.
Cool.
I mean, it could also just be in the cart.
That
Yeah,
too. Let's say it's in the car.
the rest of you crap.
Okay. So, you. I'll say because you're having to get it around all the different plates and stuff. I'll give you make a strength check with advantage because you are commanding your skeleton, your zombies to sort of stay still while this is happening. Just for the sake of curiosity.
Ugh, manual labor.
Let's see. Hold on real quick. Let's check something. I want to have the zombies do it. Or just like try to also go in because they typically have more strength than I do. Go Zambi, go!
Go, Zambi, go. Just
Right.
go. Go.
So, it's a very comedic sight. It's, you watch as one of the plated plate mail zombies, they kind of stand still as the other one kind of takes the bag, kind of slumps it over the head and then just kind of leans down into it. Very sort of Three Stooges style here, out in the middle of the rain, as it kind of shoves it again, then as the first zombie kind of disappears into the bag of holding.
I love bags of holding. So fucking convenient.
They're fun.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Slaps hood of bag of holding. You can fit so many zombies in this.
Okay, so what are you doing with the next zombie then? Just trying to tell him to jump
Same
in?
thing, yeah.
Okay. I'll say make a dexterity check for him because this is less him trying to force himself in because it wouldn't exactly work like that, but this is more of him kind of trying to kind of make himself as thin as possible, kind of jumping into it.
Wait, why is he jumping in? Why can't I just do the same thing as last time?
Because it's funny.
Well, it's
Swan dive.
because with two zombies, you had the first one kind of shove the bag of holding over the zombie. With two zombies not here, it's
Unless you want to be doing the work yourself.
actually now that I think about it, you can just take the bag of holding, kind of shove it over his own head. Yeah, sure. We'll say strength check with advantage.
I'm surprised you can't just step into it. Like a pair of sinking trousers.
Well, you'd have to force it all over the plates, the kind of different plates.
19.
Might get caught in different things. 19. So same verse, second verse, same as the first. He takes the bag this time. He's doing it himself, and he kind of pulls it over his kind of plate armor. Kind of he has to stretch the bag of holding a little bit. A couple of seams come loose, but still it's just about manages to kind of squeeze into it. And by the time it goes past his knees, the bag just kind of slumps down into the floor.
Good stuff. And now I release them so now they're just bodies.
Okay.
Good stuff. Well, that was certainly entertaining to watch. Shall we go back to the Lofty Lupine?
Yes. Yes, I think we should.
Okay. You need to make your way back to the Lofty Lupine.
I'm sitting here thinking, whatever in the world spurred the fact that you just put two people, albeit dead people, into a bag of holding for safekeeping?
Well, I mean, when they're dead, they lose all their rights.
This is true.
You
like
want
you
me
can
to make
dance.
you a dedicated bag for it?
Hashtag that life
The
matter.
bone bag.
No,
No.
I'm good. Like, we'll
It's
get rid of
always
them.
the bone zone.
We'll get rid of them later, so that's fine.
Okay. Make your way.
Everyone else arrives. Velen just sat on one of the chairs in a towel.
Yeah.
You lot took your time.
There was a very heavy guard presence.
It's pretty light what we went through.
Same. I mean, not even the guards who were staying by the gate to this area were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Was.
You
It
know,
is a
guys.
key word.
What did you two do?
Sao
Oh.
just looks at Siren with this sort of look of, I have a feeling you had something to do with this.
Yeah, that's what Neil just asked. What did you two do?
Would you believe me if I said I bribed them?
No.
Not even a little.
Good. As we didn't. They were under the control of the handyman. We killed them.
Right, well, I figure I should mention, I think there might be shifty dealings going on here now and again. When the three of us arrived, saw somebody exchanging a package right outside the door. Not our door, front door. So, don't think it has anything to do with us, but yeah, it seems like this ain't so prim and proper.
Exchanging a package.
So what was that?
Did you say exchanging a package?
Yeah, little about the size of your hand. A short person and a
Thought this wasn't a brothel.
anyway, I'm flagging it up just in case.
Okay, so say it again. What's two individuals who are exchanging a package of some sort?
Yeah, one of them's shorter. Out of character, Jenna, you said 3 foot, right?
Around 3 foot. About 2.5 to 3 feet. It was difficult to make out in the rain.
It was hard to make out, but one of them was like 3 foot. But yeah, they ended the taller one a package and then they went their own way. So,
What's a taller
remember
one?
what this place is, it's got its own shady dealings by the look of it.
I mean, it's a place where nobles and the wealthy go. That's always shady dealings. But where'd the tall one go?
Don't know, he disappeared in the rain.
You did see him
Well-
as he was disappearing off. He kind of turned around into an alleyway.
Yeah, like you said, disappeared into the rain.
Well, if we happen to see a short or a tall person, we'll keep a watch out.
Look, there's one right there.
It's
Points to
worth
Grandpa.
saying in case it bites us in the arse, you know.
I mean, but you didn't really say anything. You said it's tall and... Well, okay. We'll watch out for shady dealings.
Just sighs and goes back to looking at Samariday. So, that's all done. Can we finally breathe?
Yeah.
Were you claustrophobic
mean-
or something?
No, I'm just glad to have all this behind us. at least mostly.
No, I
Oh,
feel
also
like-
Kane's here.
Hmm?
You know, Kane.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Oh,
See-
yes,
You
Kane.
can see Kane off to the side. He looks like he's just busy examining his knife.
Very well, Kane. A very astute spell.
Thanks. Learned it when I was younger, about maybe 10 years old.
Impressive. Well, have you given any thought to furthering your study of magic?
Giving it a thought, yeah, but just don't have much time to do it.
Well, now that you're here, there are quite a few of us that can use it, so if you ever need a primer or perhaps just some teaching, I'm sure that we can help.
Well, I'll admit I'm not one for the arcane myself. I'm good with the bow, good with the dagger.
Perhaps you would make for a great scout.
I
Maybe.
thought that was my.
And Belf, weren't you planning on leaving Glimmer in some kind of official Black Hand capacity?
Yes, that was the hope. See if he would act as sort of, I don't want to say sleeper agent, but
Intermediary?
informant.
Information broker.
Yes. Yes. Those are all nicer words for it.
Well, it'll probably be good for him to have help. So he's remarking towards, you know, the fact that there's like a kid here, like, oh, what are you gonna do now, etc., etc.
True. Assistance is never a bad thing.
I guess
So,
it
is there
really
any
depends.
contract I have to sign? Anything? Any blood pacts? He kind of gestures towards the Balthazar's black hand.
Well,
Well, I mean, if you want to do it formally.
Sao just looks at Balthazar just like, really?
well,
Like
we
what?
could either go get a boiling pot of oil to stick your hand in, or we could go find a brand with the correct.
I think
What-
I'll pass on the boiling oil. Thank you very much.
Oh, now go find a iron brand thingy.
Nero,
Is there
No.
any way that doesn't involve me burning
Being-
myself
being
to shit?
named? Yes,
Not that I
there's
know of.
quite. Sarah just kind of looks like at Nero, just confused. Like, we didn't have to do any of that whenever we got marked the Black Hand.
Then why? And she like rubs the back of her neck. Then why did he? So you're saying I didn't have to get a slab of hot iron stuck to the back of my?
No.
It might have just been the fact that your scales were already black. There's no quite way to make them darker.
I don't know. It sounds like she might have been a bit too eager to join.
Maybe. Well, yes, no, there's
Might have something to do with her being a young child as well.
the captain just branded a small child just because he's
I
a small
mean-
child.
We never know with him.
Sao's
true.
just face palming. Look, I doubt there's anything we would absolutely force you to do that would hurt you. Hurt you. Joining
I mean-
us is
This is a mercenary
No.
group, so we very well might ask you to do something that's dangerous.
yes, but outright maim yourself.
Well,
True.
what are you gonna ask me to do?
Well, first we want to know are you officially asking for a formal acceptance of the Black Hand?
There is very much a long pause. And
You
then
do not have to do anything.
he
There are
swallows a bit.
benefits.
Y- y- yes, I'm asking. I'd like to join the Black Hand.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that look.
Alright. There's a few ways we could do this. There's some simple ones. It all is acceptance as part of a family. You will be expected to do things, some of which may be unsavory. But it's all for the benefit of the family, or you.
What about the benefit of others, besides us? That's what I want to know.
You can help people if you wish. The truth is, my child, before anyone else, you must help yourself. When the wind blows, if you cannot stand upright on your own, how can you hold anyone else up? Family can hold each other up, but if you reach a hand out to every falling tree, you will catch none. You need steady roots first. Help yourself into a position to help others. Do you understand?
You can see he's thinking. He kind of paces to one side, though this is less pacing and more flapping. He's kind of rapidly fluttering wings to one side of the room, then the other, lost in deep
Careful.
thought.
You're running down the air there.
Sorry, what was that?
Of making a joke, pacing back and forth, you burn a hole in the carpet, basically that went into the air.
It's destroying the ozone layers top them.
Make a persuasion check, Balthazar.
Alright.
Well,
Well, okay.
if there's anything he's good at, it's this.
This is the best deal ever. There's nothing to...
Well, if I remain here, Cliffspire, and I do what I can to help others, will you be punishing me for that?
No. I have no reason to punish you for helping people. You'd be building a reputation for us as helpful. As long as it does not become the norm that we do everything for free. And if you do something for free, it instead brings, I do not know, favors or goodwill towards the group, we still stand to benefit from us. I mean, we did not get paid to do any of this with the children, but we are still getting paid, quote unquote, in favor with the nobility. You can do goodness out of the kindness of your heart. As long as it does not come to weaken us, I don't care. Chances are it will give us a better image and I will support it.
Alright, I'll join.
Very good. Now, we have a few ways we could make this official. As has been said, there's the idea of forms of burning or branding, intentional or not,
As he kind of wiggles his hand.
and there's also some very simple sort of blood oaths, become one of family, things like that. A simple prick on the palm. You know.
But it should also be known that we will, at some point in time, by the end of this, have to mark you. Like, she kind of lifts up her hands like, though mine has faded, you can still see Balthazar's. And she points to the hand that Balthazar, I think it's the back of your hand, is black.
Yes.
Yeah.
The right hand.
Yeah. Balthazar's you can still see. Nero's, for reasons unknown to me, has her on the back of her neck. The captain was, I guess, either drunk or who knows. But our mark will
It was
be.
the only way to show that I was a part of the group.
I think the problem is she was too small and her hand was too tiny for the brand. Given your stature, the iron was probably bigger than you.
I could use it like a sword if I wanted.
There you go.
Well, if it's for a greater good, greater purpose, I think I'll take the palm prick. Just make sure the pin's not as big as I am. All right.
Of course. Do you still have the thing, Siren, the dagger we found? It has a very fine point.
She's gonna take the dagger back out that she took back from Cavia before they left, and hand it to Balthazar.
All right then.
He will poke his finger and then gesture towards the palm friend here.
Glim kind of cautiously, ever so cautiously, kind of holds out his tiny little hand.
And the 1, and the 2, poke, and 3.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
On 3. 1, 2. Ooh.
Holds out his pointer finger.
If you so wish to join the Black Hand, shake hands with me. If you,
Stern's
I
gonna
will
take
offer
the dagger back,
protection.
Yeah, I'll hold it out with the other hand.
and she's
Oh.
gonna break her hand as well.
You know, on second thought, I don't know about this. It sounds like a good way to get diseases, but still.
Glenn,
not
we
worry.
live in a magic. We live in a world where magic can easily cure diseases. It'll be fine.
Oh, it's,
Besides, I'm immune. The benefits of being me. I do not carry diseases nor spread them. In fact, I cure them.
well, I suppose. All right then. Glim kind of gingerly shakes your finger.
Very well. The pact is sealed.
Ominous.
Welcome to the Black Hand, brother.
Yay!
There's a slight smile that kind of creeps up his mouth. He says, "You know, it's probably the first time I've been in an actual family for years."
And do not
Saren's
worry.
going to. Well, sorry. Saren's gonna also.
Look to Siren.
she's also going to take her hand that was also perked and shake his hand as well.
Okay. She shakes your finger.
Shake. Okay. That's interesting.
He's so small. Your hand would probably
I did it with the finger just because.
Yeah, encompass
Kane?
all of it.
Isn't Kane?
Encompasses
So I
arm.
Isn't
sliced
Kane-
her whole palm. I was like, oh, wait.
Isn't Kane 15 or 16 years old?
This is Glenn.
This is Glim.
Glim.
Oh, Glenn. Oh, okay. I thought we were talking to Kane. Okay,
Sorry.
Oh no, this is Glenn.
I should have specified.
that's fine.
Eh.
Then yeah. Well, with that in mind, just rewind. Tiny finger.
The pinky.
Okay then.
That. Yep. So with that done, Sarah's gonna look at Glim's like, so, where do you wish you to have the symbol? Do you wish to have it on your hand? Do you wish to have it elsewhere? We won't brand it on you.
How big is the symbol?
It's as big as you need it to be. Preferably as big as your own hand, at least.
I think stick it on my wing. There's not much feeling going on in the membrane there.
It's, I should say, it's not painful. It's just magically done.
Well, I also might also look a bit more impressive on the wing, you know.
True.
Would be pretty cool.
So Siren is going to, since there's no like legitimate spell for this, like save Arcane Mark and Arcane Mark fades. I'm just gonna say that there is a means of, like, there is a spell that Siren and Balthazar would probably know that allows them to imbue a permanent black hand.
Okay.
It's called a
Use that.
Sharpie.
Weird shit you can do with thaumaturgy. I don't know.
You
That
you
fades like this.
take your middle finger, kind of gently press it against the Glim kind of Glim kind of settles down on a nearby table, and you kind of gently press your middle finger into the membrane of Glim's wing. You watch the kind of darkness begin to spread across the surface of the skin here. Glim looks over curiously, but seems to accept it. What symbol do you press into his membrane?
Well, it would just be, and I know this is interesting enough that it's the same as the handyman, but like the black hand is just a symbol. It is a black hand, like is a like fingers extended.
We know.
Yeah. So
really,
okay.
it is.
Yeah. So whereas the handyman, like all the fingers are together, that's upright, and there's a key in the center. Ours is like the fingers are splayed, and it's just like a wide open palm.
Yeah, think Dark Brotherhood symbol.
Okay then.
Kind of like that.
So you watch these fingers of darkness begin to kind of splay up the membrane, kind of finish at the tips. It's like ink kind of spreading across the surface of water.
Indeed.
Is that the super fucking black stuff?
Yep. It's the stuff that
Absorbs
basically looks like
99.9.
sirens. Yeah. It's Fanta black.
Fantastic.
Does it
No,
even
but
smell
it's
good?
it's India ink. It's like what Siren's like hands look like. Well, now up to her elbows. That's what they look like permanently.
As you well, speaking of which, as you look, you now see that they've actually travelled up to your shoulders.
Oh, okay. Well, all right then.
Think something you have not noticed before until now.
Siren just kind of takes a moment to look and like admire her new black arms. All right then. didn't notice when this happened. Balthazar,
Yes.
did you notice when this happened? And she points to, like, her now full black arms.
I must admit, as much as I love staring at you, I cannot recall.
Yes, I know you're usually staring at other things, I understand, but...
Just a little smirk and a shrug.
Oh well. That's fine. It was going to happen eventually. And then... Yeah, Saren just kind of a bit pleased at this visual indicator of her advancing magical skills. Just kind of turns around and enjoys the new look, because it looks like she's basically wearing like sleeves, like arm or what was, I think they're just called like
Arm gloves.
Yeah, arm. Yeah, sure, whatever. And it's probably also, she's also going to look at her hooves to see if any black's starting to creep up from there.
No black on the hooves, no.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, at some point in time in the future, Saren's going to be completely black.
There's a joke to be made, but I'm not gonna.
That's fine. So yeah, so...
You're turning black and my horns are... Oh.
That's racist.
We're gonna switch color palettes.
So with that, she's going to, let's see, since we were talking Gwen, do we gonna look at Kane now and basically just be like, and yourself?
Kane kind of looks at you and goes, "We'll see." He goes back to
Kane,
kind of twisting his blade.
I have to say, Kane, this lack of this lack of willingness is a bit off-putting. We're offering you quite a great deal here, and you seem content to just spit it in our faces and continue to be homeless and live on the streets. Like, do you not want to be part of something greater?
Well, it's not that. I just don't fancy getting something. I don't want to get a black mark grown on me somewhere. All right, not yet.
We can give him a trial run.
Oh no. Kane, this is an all or nothing sort of thing. Because once you're in, you're in. There's no real changing blood ties with others. So I can understand if you're hesitant. And that's
say
something
that, yeah.
That's something, but can you tell me why you don't? Is it just the fear of change itself that this is such a tremendous life-altering moment that you're
Look, I've
just
been
afraid
asked.
to do it?
I've been asked to join a lot of gangs, the Mid-Reaches. They've always turned out to. Well, let's just say it's never turned out in my favour.
That's interesting that you're equating us with a petty gang. Maybe you don't really understand what we're offering you.
I don't
Well,
think he does. I do not blame
Well,
him.
what are you offering then?
A
Besides,
real home. Not having to be homeless. A family. Consistent pay. Not having to do illegal work. Sanctioned government authority. We have The legal status in Port Mortney, which we are attempting to gain here as well, be something equal to or greater than the guards themselves. We also have the ability to find our own work as we need it as mercenaries. We have rights to loot. You have camaraderie. You do not have to sleep with an eye open. You know there is someone there to watch your back. A chance for a higher education,
As he gestures to Siren.
in magical arts. Understanding of greater engineering and mechanics.
Gestures to Salyun.
Training with weapons.
As he gestures towards himself and then over to Grunka.
And of course, the simple but respected craft of trade.
He will gesture over to Vellum.
You can be what you want to be. And we will help that. You do not have to do anything. You do not have to join us. But we are more than just some gang selling drugs or getting protection money, living in fear of the shadows. No. We have the authority and the light that makes the shadows fear us. If you want to be part of that or not is up to you. Not here to force you to do anything. You're a man now. And a man can make his own choices.
Make a persuasion check.
What I do?
Yay, faces.
There's another long pause, similar to the thoughtful process that Glim went through. Government authority, you say?
Show him the badge that we all have. Except for Vellum.
And how much pay we
Because
talking?
poor Vellum.
Pay is proportional towards skill and what you can bring in. We try to keep things fair, and pay is negotiable. If you... Well, let's be fair, if you are a boot cleaner, you get a boot cleaner's pay. But that also comes with the services that will be provided to the Black Hand. But if you decide to, I do not know, study your magics and become an important field scout, be a little bit more risky, but the pay is substantial. For example, how often do you see a gold piece?
Well, in the mid reaches, I didn't see not much, but a few copper pieces, maybe a silver if I'm lucky.
The man that we took with us, he is very magically skilled. He has the ability to even make things. And as such, he got a pay of 10 gold pieces. If you come with us now, as you are, you've only seen one, you would probably be getting a few silver pieces a month at the least. And if you train your magics, and if you continue to have your, well, your very successful way of dealing with things, you will find that rise quickly. That's just personal allowance. Those who aren't more senior members,
As he gestures around.
can have lodgings provided for them. Basic, but still a free, warm place to sleep and eat.
I'll admit, that sounds nice.
You are enjoying the very lodgings right now. She motions to the room they're in.
Well, if it's permanent, that sounds nice. I imagine you just rented this room.
We did, yes. But we do own a tower outside of Port Morkney. Isolated island, quiet, all to yourself. No one to come and bother you. It is pleasant.
Alright then. I'll join. Just
Very good.
on one condition. Just
What might that be?
he looks over to Siren. Just keep those skeletons, those undead. Just keep them away from me. Give me the creeps.
They give that and everything else to the rest of us.
Oh,
So you're saying
Do you wish to be a
don't
scout?
wish to...
with
No.
your skills, you could scout
No.
the lines.
I mean, you know, in living conditions, I don't want to stay near them. That's what I'm saying.
As long as you do understand, though, that this is a important part of our magics and how we can work.
Yeah.
If
I
you do not
get
wish
that.
to be around them, we will
I've
meet
seen
you.
what you guys can do down the mines. Still, still doesn't alleviate the. I don't know. I just don't like it.
The
My magic doesn't
off-putting
involve
nature.
undead if you still want to learn.
Sorry,
It's
I
fine.
didn't catch that, Nero.
Oh, Neil just basically said, my magic doesn't involve undead if you still want to learn.
All right. Well,
It's
what can
born-
you do
it's
then?
born of your very blood, Nero. It's not really something he can learn.
Well, I mean, I can still kind of somewhat teach him to use magic, can't I?
I
To a
can.
degree.
I spent my informative years learning the ways of magic. I can teach him.
Look. I'll join. All right. I'll say
Very good.
I don't know. Just stick the hand on my back or something.
Alright. You okay? Saren nods, turns around, or like goes around behind him, like lift up your shirt.
He kind of hesitantly turns around and kind of lifts up the shirt.
As he does so, I'll go ahead and prick my palm and motion towards his.
He after Siren finishes the mark, it kind of spreads across his back like ink in the water surface. He kind of puts the shirt back down and he takes his own knife, kind of slices it across his
Okay.
palm with a wince, and holds out the palm.
Shakes the hand.
The pact is sealed. Welcome, brother, to the Black Hand.
And Siren replicates this.
Takes your hand as well, Siren. As long as the money keeps flowing, I'll remain.
No, you remain.
There is no worry.
Okay.
So for now, yeah, I guess we'll just kind of wait for the afternoon or night when Talonwood's gonna come back.
Yeah, that was the next night that
Okay.
the meeting was set up.
Oh, I thought it was like the next night because we met Talonwood in the morning. Or like when did we meet him?
You met Talonwood about right now. It's about 4 o'clock as you've all been kind of we'll say for the lack of a better term, divvying out the children to their respective parents. Yeah, it's about 3 in the morning. You met Talonwood at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, that'll be 11 p.m.
Okay. Alright. So I guess it's time to sleep?
Yeah, you guys have been awake for about 2 days now. You guys are, yeah.
We must play around the cards before we sleep.
I think I'll pass for now.
Yeah, it was a joke. And with that, Neil just heads up to the bed that she's been in, just flops into it.
Guess I'll get the floor again.
Okay then. I
Are you
was
sure? You just a joke?
When we wake up, sure.
I was gonna say, you know, your next long rest would have to be sleeping. Otherwise, you would probably.
I think everyone wants to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play in the morning, brother. Now, anything.
Okay.
And Kane, if you would, you can take the floor beside Vellum, the couch, or if you'd like, you can hop in the bed.
I think I prefer the couch. I've slept on too many floors.
Alright, couch it is.
You all head off to your respective rooms for a well-earned night's rest, and you all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did it work with hit dice and rest?
Long rest,
Long
you don't
rest.
have to use them, but you also get half your total amount of hit dice back for a long rest.
Okay.
And back up to full. Hooray.
I'm missing one of them.
Did you use 4?
Yeah. I had like 16 HP.
Siren,
Mm-hmm.
as you're sleeping, you hear very
Okay, sorry, continue.
hear very slight whispers throughout the night. It's very, very faint. It's like.
Is this like in dreams, or is this just as I'm trying to fall asleep?
Make a perception check.
Okay, I guess it's while I'm trying to fall asleep.
Difficult to say.
Alright, well, whenever I go to sleep, if it continues in my dreams, I'll know.
Okay. Begin falling asleep, and you enter a dreamless sleep as you usually do, and that's it. The whispers, the voices, they stop as you enter a deep sleep. Your arms do feel cold eventually, so you come to, as you all come to, for the next morning.
Yeah.
Everything feels stiff. Stretches. Then gonna get up, get dressed, do his praying.
Okay. And you all do come to at around, we'll say. Yeah, you've slept in quite a bit. You guys are zonked. You guys were zonked, rather. You come to it's almost midday by the time you lot wake up. and you can hear the livelihood of talking and a crowded in down below in the main hall.
Did I just hear a burp?
Sounds
Yeah.
like it.
Hmm. Sao is gonna get some breakfast. Much needed breakfast.
Okay.
Brunch.
Gets all the food and
Yep.
eats.
It's a glorious meal of it's sort of seafood kind of buffet. It's a couple of lobsters between all of you. What looks like a fish food platter, and also also seems to be what looks like very fine cooked kind of crispy bread to go with it.
Devours all of it.
Unhinge his jaw. Nero's hidden trait.
I mean, wasn't there something about kobolds not having a gag reflex?
Oh dear.
Let's not bring that up.
This is a dark path. Let's
Well, we
steer
don't
off
have a
in
gag
very-
reflex because of how long our tongue is.
Eh,
Sticks out stupidly long tongue. Nice.
I'm not going that far.
Yeah.
Either
Do
way.
kobolds have long tongues?
Yep, they
dip-
sure do.
Depends on the species.
Yep.
Kobold.
I do.
Actually, anyone who would like to make a nature check for me.
Do I
No.
have to?
I'll say it right now. No.
You don't have to, Nero, since you're the subject of the check.
Like, I don't care.
I have
It's
forgotten
elite.
my own species.
It's a lizard.
Lizard.
Nero is a forest kobold. They have long tongues for digging out kind of small insects buried in trees, basically.
She's an anteater.
So, extremely long, thin.
Yeah.
No comment.
Right, so we're probably waiting for Townwood. So what now?
Now we
Game of
just
cards?
enjoy our time off. Though, perhaps we should
Hear
look at.
anything?
I'm curious as to when Fanny was kidnapped, and if she's had any progress on the cart. Should probably check.
I
that.
paid a lot of money for that card.
Well, I know. It's not her fault she got kidnapped, Balthazar.
I'm not saying it is.
Well,
I
probably
just
not
wish.
a good idea for either of you to go anywhere until bloke shows up.
So we should wait for like 8 or so hours. No, I'll pass.
Right. Death signs.
So for let's see. So I guess we'll go check just to determine and see how the cart's going along, and I don't know much else. Just kind of listen around for any talk about the Black Hand while we're at it.
Okay. Make a perception check. Listening check.
Perception. 12. One less than the
12. You don't not you don't hear much talk of the Black Hand in the lofty Lapine. Do you kind of prepare to make your way out, finishing the meal? Most individuals are kind of they seem to be, you know, chatting amongst themselves. Some nobles doing kind of discussing trade business. Nothing that catches your attention.
Phone call.
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good.
Right, are you headed off towards Fanny's Carts and Wares?
Yes.
Okay then. Could you begin making
And
your...
I think we're all going as a group this time.
Yeah.
Avoid sort of A, splitting the group, and B, ending up taking half a session doing, you know, one thing.
Oops. Whoop, wrong one.
There was a cheering crowd. The word spread too quickly. Ah!
And I have a crash report.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You crashed. Why did you do this, Jenner? How could you crash, Duck?
I don't know.
Over where? Hey, what's this?
That's what.
Here, Jenner, if you look at the middle of the screen.
Yep.
It's like this little white half circle. What's that?
Oh, that was. I don't know.
Oh,
Something left there. I don't know what that was.
no, I could control it. I could control it at least.
Right. You head out into the hustle and bustle of the upper town here. After making your way down from the spied clefts. You can see usual trade going on. No one seems none the wiser to what's actually been going on beneath the belly of this town. You can see a few ram-drawn carts similar to the ones you saw last night. Kind of tarp over, keeping the cold air out. See individuals. Again, it's similar from how you entered last time. It's very cluttered. Foot traffic here is very. It's a lot. You kind of have to narrowly avoid some oncoming foot traffic lest you kind of shoulder check some traders. Kind of narrowly missing a few ram and horse-drawn carts. Eventually, you make your way down to near the street, which kind of leads out into out of the city. You can see Fanny's Carts and Wares off to one side. You can see the kind of overhang which leads through into the cart work yard there. You can see off to one side a familiar looking cart as well. It looks like it's been partially fixed. Although it looks like work was cut short for reasons you are now familiar with. You can see Fanny off to one side, kind of gathering some of her tools. She kind of turns around and says, "Aye, aye."
Hello. Enjoying your return?
Enjoy my freedom, yeah. Listen, I want to thank you for getting me out of there. For the brief time I was there, that was bloody awful.
That is perfectly fine. Like, we're
I,
glad to
I
help.
just want to get my life back on track, you know.
I can imagine. Not many people plan for, well, kidnapping and slavery.
Obviously not. You probably
And
come
if
here
you are
to.
planning for it, then weird
I didn't catch a word of that.
was a joke. And if you are planning and prepared for it, then weird.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, in any case, I suppose you were about your cart, yeah? Look, I'll be honest with you. I need a little bit of time to clear my head about what's just happened. I'll get to work on your cart tomorrow, okay? I can't. Shit I've seen. I can't just immediately start work again.
Fanny,
It's okay.
take a breather, clear your head. The last thing we want is a job that's not well done. We can wait a day or two more.
Yeah. Also, might give me time to heal my hands.
You see her hands looks like she's got a few bloodied knuckles which are kind of starting to heal up.
Serve them up for trying to capture me. Fucking pop them in the gabber.
Well done.
Right in the gap.
She said popped them in the gabber.
Yeah,
Don't
right
pop
in
me.
the gabber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bam.
don't pop me. This.
Probably slang native to the region, but
No, I didn't realize your hands were hurt. You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Nothing a bit of rest and respite will help.
You know, my brother may be able to heal those a bit faster.
Oh no, don't trouble yourself. It's only a bruise. See.
Shrug.
Would mean our cart done quicker.
True.
All right. Yep, fine. I won't take the respite off. I'll just continue work as always.
No. You need the break. Have the break. There was a reason I did not offer it.
Well, kind of you to consider. Look. I'll get on with your cart, with your caravan, first thing tomorrow. All right? I'll promise you that. It's just now I need
Then
some
stop
time
for
out.
the rest of the day. You have been through much.
Yeah. Look, I'll even shed off some of the price for the inconvenience as well. But just give me this, all right?
Of course. Though a partial refund of the 500 is very generous. Thank you.
she gives you a nod and continues kind of gathering up the rest of her tools and kind of puts them inside.
Off we go.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you going?
Surprise.
So what's the plan?
Well, it's not done. I'm not surprised it's not done, considering the contractor was a slave.
That tends to put a damper on things.
Do we have anything else planned today?
I don't think so. Just probably just waiting and resting after the 2 days we spent the week. Vellum would like to talk with Balthazar while they walk, though.
Okay. Walking and talking.
Walking and talking. Balth, got a sec.
Do I have to stop?
Well, you're using your mouth, not your legs, so no.
Well, you haven't told me what I need a second for. And by the way, it's been about 10, so yes.
Anyway,
I joke.
yeah, I noticed. Yesterday, I kept my mouth shut at the time, but you were talking about that apprentice kid and your plans with how that was gonna go.
Yes.
Just so I'm understanding, right? It was a very tiring day. You were planning on bringing him along.
Yes.
And I suppose that
Yes, I
involved
was.
what exactly were you thinking of using him for?
Well, he's a blacksmith's apprentice. Or a blacksmith. You do exceptional work, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You are very, very slow. You need help. Even if it's an errand boy, you need help. At
And you
least
were
to meet the
planning on
standards
telling
we
me
need.
this way.
Roughly about now.
I appreciate the sentiment, Balth. But for starters, I work there pretty fast in good weather, compared to your average smith. And I do it on the road, to boot. I don't need an apprentice. I got too much to do as is without showing him how I work and getting him to do things. You'd think it'd help, but it really just make things a lot longer for you.
Then tell me, in the past 2 weeks, how much progress have you made on the commission?
Let me look at my notes and tell you. Just a second.
Siren, as you're walking with the rest of the group, you can make out some of the crowd, kind of going past. You just hear mentions of the name Black Hand. Oh, Black Hand. But that's about it.
Are they like saying that and pointing or looking at us while they say it?
They don't seem to point towards you nor look at you.
Okay,
gather-
it's just
You gather that
like rumors.
yeah, you gather it's just rumors at this point.
Alright.
I'm about a third of the way there, but between the golems, the vampire attack, the heavy snow, and this little mission we've been on, I ain't exactly had time and sun.
Oh, in 2 weeks, you've made no progress. But I hear.
I'm a third of the way there, and I ain't had time or sun to do it.
So that's a yes.
His expression is shifting very slightly, like a man who's trying to be patient. Now we've got time, I can get back to work on it. But don't go thinking you can make decisions about my craft without even consulting me.
Very well. I will bring him on as another smith. He doesn't have to be your apprentice. He can do other jobs.
That I'm
If he
fine.
just kind of opens his arms up, palms down a little bit low.
Simple. You don't have to have help. I can just have him do the things you can't.
That's your choice. Just wanted to make sure that was clear. Same way I shouldn't get in the way of your business. I'd like it if you could talk to me before getting involved with mine.
I just sought to provide for you, but very well.
Talking's a two-way street, bruv. He sort of gives him a pat on the shoulder. More of like the the hearty slap of a pat than a gentle pat pat pat.
Yes, well, you could. Definitely communicate as well.
Right, that's all I needed. And he's going to
Very well.
thank you very much.
Okay.
And who knows, the boy might hang. Might have your peace and quiet after all.
So what are the rest of you guys doing?
Not much besides trying to help a depressed friend currently on the side, but
Oh dear.
Right, okay.
Right.
yeah.
And it's
Um,
to go.
Picnic
So.
has to go.
Oh.
and we're actually nearing the halting mark, so
So now would actually just be a good time to wrap up.
no way, yeah. We're 10 minutes early from the point, but
It's probably just gonna be character interaction and cards, so that can be easily pushed off.
Parts.
I mean,
Important
we've
time
did
of
our
the day.
so
Healing him out Balthazar's way.
at high velocity towards your face.
Do you want to do cards?
No, I mean I'm saying it's not anything that is so pressing. So I'm
Right.
fine with. I mean it sucks, but nothing can be done about it. So
Okay. So I suppose do you head back to the Lofty Lapine, or do you have other places to be?
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well head back.
All right. To begin heading
Nice
back to the Spide Clefts, and you enter back into the Lofty Lapine not long after having left.
business before pleasure.
I'm gonna go now. So bye.
Bye,
I mean, if anything,
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah. Should we stop for tonight or?
seems like a good time since
I think we
Alrighty.
can.
next not here. And... I don't know. That's just my thought.
Yeah, might as well. It's dumb to start something new without everybody here.
No.
Yay! A low impact session, but a nice one nonetheless.
low impact. We upped the group number by 2, returned a bunch of kids, and more or less gotten a good impression on the community, which is one thing besides getting a noble favor.
Low impact for us. No one died.
What are you talking about? Two
No one
groups,
died, quote unquote.
Well, no one important.
None of us died.
You don't think Phil was important? I see how it is.
That wasn't even his name.
That was.
It was.
No, it was?
Yep. That's what the guard. He came up and he was just like, "Phil, how you doing?" And I just made Phil like continue on and walk away.
Ah, alright then. Yeah, I had fun. Can't wait till next week. It felt like it went by too quickly, but that's just my stupid brain.
Yeah, I felt like it did as well. But still, this is much more. There's much more to do.
Yep. Next week, good times, relaxing, learning about each other in detail and depth, and getting deep.
Yeah. Hey, Ducky.
Yeah?
You never did grab that those barrels of gunpowder, did you?
No, he didn't.
Whomp.
Yeah.
Back!
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that as well.
This is why I grabbed the erudite soon, so I wouldn't forget.
Besides, I doubt I could carry all of that reasonably.
I mean, bag of holding, maybe.
You mean
I
the
doubt it
one...
fit the barrel, but you could just pour the pour it in.
Oh, you mean the bag that sirens currently have.
Yeah.
And is currently stuffed with 2 dead humans.
Give you a surprise when you look into that.
Undead.
Quick question, Atlas. It's been a while, so I've forgotten. Does Balthazar have the obsidian greatsword, or did he give it back to Vellum after the whole the sniff?
Oh, Velm got pissy and gave it back to Balthazar, so he has it.
All right, just making sure. I should take that off my sheet then. On me.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to skedaddle. Thank you
Go
for session,
skedaddle.
Janier. I appreciate you.
Alrighty, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Now time to post my animation.
I'll try to get that backstory to you. Like I have
Please,
it.
How many
please,
times have you
please
said
do.
that?
Oh no, I
please
mean
do.
I actually have finished. I just have been slacking.
I haven't sent it.
Yeah, because I've been the last few days have been extremely busy.
Yeah.
I'm
It's kinda
excited
nice.
for us to finally level up.
Again.
You're
You were level 6, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stop the stream here as well.